Don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love at one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering his feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad right now, I can't even think straight. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it. Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't reach. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Changes. I'm just so mad, but now it's at my own expense. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it. Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't reach.
Just call you when the moon is rising. I'm craving every moment with you. I can't just need you when the tides are turning. I cherish every second with you. I've got to hold on to your heart every day of the week, every week of the year. I've got to rewind and restart so you get what you need, so you get all of me. Yeah, you get all of me, baby, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, ooh, yeah, you get all of me, baby, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, ooh, all of me. Ooh, ooh, all of me. Ooh, ooh, all of me. Baby, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, ooh, all of me. I can't just have you any way I want to, 'cause you deserve it all and much more. I can't just want you when the sky is deep blue. I'm better now than I was before. I've got to hold on to your heart every day of the week, every week of the year. I've got to rewind and restart so you get what you need, so you get all of me. Yeah, you get all of me, baby, I give you all of me. Please take what you want from me. Ooh, ooh, yeah, you get all of me,
Welcome, loyal fans, to Comedy Sports. I am your amazing announcer tonight. My name is Rudy Voigt. I'm going to be taking you through everything you need to know to get started in viewing a comedy sports match. The first thing I want you to do is tell me how you're doing, and I hope it's fantastic. The way to express joy is by typing 6s and 7s into the chat. That's either general applause or laughter. So let's practice that right now. Just start typing some 6s and 7s. Let's see a bunch of 6s, 7s. Come on, type them in. There we go. All right. Seems like everybody's having a good time. As I said, I'm going to be taking you through how to watch a comedy sports match. The other thing to know is over the course of this match, we are going to be asking you to vote on the different games you saw. That's how we're going to award different teams points. You'll see there's a poll that pops up in the top of your chat. I'm going to put one up right now. And basically just we want to find out, have you seen a CSC match before? That is coming up right now. So go ahead and vote on that. We've got one vote in so far, 3. All right, we've got a strong number of people returning. So that's always great to see. Keeps going up. The returning, all right. So it looks like one person has not seen this before. So we are gonna do our best for you. You are gonna be an expert on this by the end of the match. So that's what we're doing. You're going to have to vote a lot throughout the match to decide which one you like better. This is not comedy about sports. It's comedy played as a sport. So in order to inspire anything that the players are going to be doing during the course of this match, you're going to be typing things into the chat. So let's do that right now. I watched some 80s movies today. Can I get people to type in some activities that would be in an 80s movie, but not in a current film? For example, being really good at karate. I'm sure it'll happen again, but for right now, karate is on the shelf. All right, skiing, that's a fantastic one. I like it. Filling a professor's house with popcorn. Ooh, I would hate to DV that professor. Being a bully. Yes, of course. All right, now let's forget about 80s movies. Let's type something that you might see in an action film, an activity that you might see in an action film. Yes, war games in general. We are not, it's been a long time since we actually saw. So, shooting lasers. I like it. I like it. Oh, and train heist. That is fantastic. A train heist. How exciting. All right. Now let's forget about action films. Now, can I get some fad exercises like jazzercise? Type in some fad exercises. Ooh, dodging bullets. I love that one too. Zumba. Yeah, I was in on that. That was me all day long. Yoga is not a fad. It's been around since the 16th century, but thank you for typing that into the chat. Burpees, yes, burpees as well. These are great suggestions. Thank you so much, loyal fans. You're doing great. So the one thing I do want to tell you about is we are a all ages family friendly show. So we pride ourselves on not doing anything or saying anything foul, lewd, crude, or lascivious. And we also count on you to do that too. So please do not type anything rude, crude, or lascivious into the chat. The players can lose points from their score if they do something like that. But if you do it, we have what we call the brown bag bot, which is a futuristic robot that monitors our chat. You'll probably be warned about it privately once, but if it happens more than once, you're out of here. That's right. Thank you, John Sturck. Type some 6s and 7s into the chat. Give it up for John Sturck. He's our musician tonight. You can't actually see him, but that was piano for hello. I speak fluent piano. I want to thank you for your suggestions. I do want to mention, please subscribe to our Twitch channel if you aren't already. Also, if you go to the About page on our Twitch channel, there's a lot of information in there. There's a Chicago resource guide with information on voting, Black Lives Matter, Black-owned businesses, and more. There's also a link to buy merch. We have original CSZ Chicago merch, and we're going to have so much more on that. So keep monitoring that. Yes. Thank you, John. In the meantime, what I want to say is I am going to go get the players from the green room. So just give us a second, and we are about to start the match. Players, are you ready? We're doing it. It's going to start right away. Here we go. Good evening, loyal fans. Welcome to the CSC Chicago 7:30 Saturday match. You are locked and loaded for a heck of a one. We've got our red team from Western Springs. Here they are, leading off Ashley Garrett. Give it up for the anchor, Todd Page. And your captain for the Western Springs Red Team, Rob Grabowski. Now, loyal fans, keep it going for your home team in blue, the Downtown Chicago Bosses. With the Bosses, as always, we have Natalie Younger. Keep those 6s and 7s going in the chat for Bethany Redley. And the captain of the Bosses is Brian Houlihan. Now, loyal fans, type those 6s and 7s in the chat and give it up for your host and your referee, Kate Cohen.
Yes! Hello, loyal fans. Welcome to Comedy Sports. Welcome to CSZN. Welcome to my one-woman Edgewater whistle rave. I cannot wait to do this match for you. Rudy, how are you, my friend?
I am fantastic, and I'm glad that raves are no longer shut down.
No, not at all. Well, when it's a one-woman whistle rave, it's totally cool.
OWWR.
I am in compliance for this whistle rave. Rudy, thank you so much for setting up this match so well. Loyal fans, I realize so many of you have seen this show before. There is one of you in there that hasn't, and for that one person, and also for everybody else's refresh of mind, Rudy talked about the brown bag foul. As you can see, I am wearing a striped shirt that is clearly been purchased before I was in my 30s. And for that reason, that means that I will be upholding all of the normal responsibilities of a referee. Throughout this match, I will be calling fouls like the brown bag foul. I will be keeping this match on time, and I will be keeping this match clean. So, in addition to keeping an eye out for the brown bag foul, another foul that I will also be watching for tonight is the technical foul. Now, this technical foul is in effect because, in case you can't tell, we are doing this show on the internet, in the World Wide Web, which means that we are at the mercy of, if it's me, Comcast. And I'll say no more. But what
Pretty much everybody's at the mercy of Comcast.
Well, some people are at the mercy of RCN, Rudy. Like some people.
Okay.
Some people have made better choices than I did many years ago when I moved into this apartment. That said, we are sponsored by Comcast. I'm so sorry. But all that said, because we are at the mercy of the internet, occasionally, sometimes somebody may glitch, or the sound may go out, or somebody may be muted instead of not muted. If that happens, I will call a technical foul, and that offending player will then lose 2 points for their team. And as we are competing and playing comedy as a sport, those points matter. Right, Rudy?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Okay, big time. So we're ready to go. The only thing I need to do is get my captains to the screen. So captains, please join me on my screen. Hello.
Ah.
Hi, Captain Grabo, Captain Hooley. How are you both?
Oh, I'm good.
I'm well.
Yeah,
Doing great.
Doing all right.
Wonderful. Your enthusiasm hath knocked me over.
Oh,
it is that high. So one of you is going to need to initiate. One of you is going to need to receive for this opening head-to-head match. So we're going to have a coin toss to determine who will do what. So this coin toss, instead of being an actual coin, is instead going to be the two of you have 5 seconds to bring and produce for me a fancy beverage. 5, 4, 3.
What do you think they're going to have?
2. I don't know.
If Rob comes back with bubbly again. Ooh,
If he comes back with what?
bubbly. Second-rate LaCroix.
I'm not a bubbly person. We're at zero. We're at zero. I'm not a bubbly person. I'm a spindrift woman myself. Okay, I like it fancy. All right, Grabo. Since you are on our opposing team, our Western Spring Dinglings, what do you have for me today?
I have this. It's in a very fancy bottle. I think it's a white wine. I don't know. It's been in our fridge for a while.
Mm.
You're really selling it. Captain Hooley,
What
what
I'm
do you
here for.
I grabbed myself a beverage as well. This one's a peanut butter and jelly stout from Phase 3 Brewing.
Ooh.
It has peanut butter, and I can only assume grapes and some other sort of berries.
Wow. Okay. Well, as much as I love a mystery bottle, I gotta go with a sandwich in a bottle and a peanut butter and jelly stout. So, Captain,
Okay.
you can now challenge the Western Spring Dinglings to this opening game. What will it be?
Well, like you said, I'm a sandwich in a bottle. You got to rub me the right way. But I want to see what Rob has. So we're going to play What You Got.
Oh.
Ooh, Captain Grabo, do you accept?
Yeah, I think I have to.
I think you do. All right, sandwiches in a bottle. Bring up the first member of your team. So, Captain
It'll
Hooley
be
has
me.
challenged the Western Spring Dinglings to the opening game of What You Got. Now, what that means is they are going to truly be asking one another what they got, and by that they mean mad dance skills. So they will be performing in a dance battle back and forth. It looks like Hooley and Ashley from the red team will be battling it out first. But over in the chat, what I need from you is a suggestion of a pair of two things that go together, kind of like peanut butter and jelly, or cheese and crackers, or Donnie and Marie, that kind of a thing. So go ahead and give me a couple of those pairs in the chat. And as these players dance back and forth, they will dance and create dance moves based on these pairs. And then at the end of each dance move, which their team members will back them up to do, they will ask each other, what you got. Now, here is the thing. We are going to be rotating through all these players. How do they rotate, you may ask? Well, if maybe they say something that pair wouldn't say, they will have to rotate. If they don't say anything at all or hesitate, they will have to rotate. Or if I frankly just don't find what they say to be very appealing, they will have to rotate. Great. So the first thing I see are Homer and Marge. Homer and Marge. Wonderful. So Ashley, you will be Homer. Hooley, you will be Marge. Ashley, we will start with you for the game of What You Got. Players, you ready?
Yes.
Regan.
Yes.
I got some donuts. I got some donuts. I got some donuts. What you got?
Homie. 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 What you got?
Doll. What you got?
I'm selling pretzels. I'm selling pretzels. I'm selling pretzels. What you got?
I'm driving my car. I'm driving my car.
Ashley, I'm sorry, that was just not very convincing. I know Homer drives a car, but he has way more catchphrases that you could have worked through. I'm sorry. Ashley, you're going to have to rotate. Red team, send up the next player. Hooley, you are going to stick right where you are for our next suggestion. This next pair is going to be garbage and raccoons. Raccoons. Grabo, you will be our garbage.
Thank
Hooley
you.
will be our raccoons. Raccoons, we will start with you and begin.
I'm going through your stuff. I'm going through your stuff. I'm going through your stuff. What you got?
I'm delicious. I'm delicious. I'm delicious. What you got?
You should be recycling. You should be recycling. You should be recycling. What you got?
Not all of me. Not all of me. Not all of me. What you got?
The rest is compost. The rest is compost. The rest is compost. What you got?
I'm sorry, who composts in the city? I know you should, but frankly, you're making me feel guilty that I don't, so get off my screen.
Oh.
Bye, Hooley, you have to rotate. This next one is going to be biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy. So Natalie, you will be biscuits. Grabo, you will be gravy. And Grabo, we will start with you. And again.
I'm good on everything. Good on everything. Good on everything. What you got?
I'm warm and toasty. I'm warm and toasty. I'm warm and toasty. What you got?
I'm brown. I'm brown. I'm brown. What you got?
I'm light and fluffy. I'm light and fluffy. I'm light and fluffy. What you got?
I only come around twice a year. Come around twice a year. Come around twice a year.
Twice a year? What kind of life do you live that you only eat gravy twice a year? Gravy is a year-round feast, baby. Get out of here. Get off my screen.
I live a simple
Red
life.
player. Todd, you are coming up. You are going to be the last red player on this team. So who knows how this can go? For suggestion I see here, and I want you all to watch it. I got birds and bees. So Natalie, you will be birds. Todd, you will be bees. Natalie, we will start with you.
I'm a government drone. I'm a government drone. I'm a government drone. What you got?
Boop, I stung you. Boop, I stung you. Boop, I stung you. What you got?
I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. What you got?
My defense makes me die. My defense makes me die. My defense makes me die. What you got?
I'm eating lots of bread. Eating lots of bread. I'm eating lots of bread. What you
Natalie, I'm sorry. We all know that there's a bread shortage for our nation's birds right now, and that's really insensitive of you. So please leave my screen. All right. So Bethany, you are up. This is our last matchup, and loyal fans, be watching really closely because when we are done, you are gonna have to vote on which team you preferred in this game of what you got. So for our very last mashup, I see garlic bagels and crunchy peanut butter, which is from my family because it's my favorite thing. So don't worry, I'm not going to give it to you, but I do want to call it out and I feel seen. Thank you very much. But we're going to take grilled cheese and tomato soup. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Todd, you are my grilled cheese. Bethany, you are my tomato soup, and I mean that. And we're going to start with you. Here we go.
I'm creamy. I'm creamy. I'm creamy. What you got?
I'm soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle. What you got?
A slurp, slurp, slurp. A slurp, slurp, slurp. A slurp, slurp, slurp. What you got?
A slice, slice bread. A slice, slice bread. A slice, slice bread. What you got?
Ouch, my tongue. Ouch, my tongue. Ouch, my tongue. What you
Only a rookie wouldn't blow on the soup. I'm sorry. That is time.
I'm too excited. Soup.
All right, Rudy, I know you got a poll ready to rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, I do. Here we go.
Loyal fans, who won what you got? This is the first 5 points of the match. As you can see, our players are already pandering for your...
It's somewhat one-sided right now. But also, loyal fans, remember you can use your channel points.
Ooh, you can totally use your channel points. And you know what, Rudy? Also, if these loyal fans are watching this and they're thinking, man, this is like super fun. I would watch this other times during the week. You know that they can, right?
No. When?
Oh, yes, it's true. They can. This is not the only time we're doing this. We do this on Friday nights at 7:30 and 9:30, Saturday nights at 7:30 and 9:30. Our rec league plays on Sunday nights. Our minor league plays on Wednesday. And we have got some new programming rolling out. That's right, I said rollout in February. So we're basically the Guy Fieri of Twitch because we're always
pretty much. Now, loyal fans, we've got just a few seconds left, and it's so close right now. If you haven't voted, vote! And your winner is blue! The blue team won by a narrow margin of 6% of the vote!
Wow, that is... I feel like the barn is starting to, like, just, like, sizzle a little bit.
Yes, it's smoldering a little.
It's smoldering. That's the right word. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
It's 5-0 right now.
Join me on the screen. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I have my, I'm a sandwich in a bottle. Much more complicated than a ship in a bottle.
Absolutely. How does that sandwich get in that bottle? That's the real question.
How do you eat it? I'm a mystery of time.
Right, one little morsel at a time. So speaking of sandwiches in bottles, what game would you like to play for your team choice round?
Well, I was hanging out with my team backstage, and it turns out that one of us has been a little naughty. So we're going to play the game of interrogation and figure out what was going on.
Oh, I see. Okay, so for the game of interrogation, whoever was naughty is going to have to leave the screen so that we can figure out what they did, right? So who is, would you say, the naughtiest person?
The naughtiest on the bosses is Naughty Natalie. Natalie, if you will.
Natalie. All right, Natalie, please get off our screen. Thank you. Natalie is already gone. She cannot hear what we are saying here or see what is going on in the chat. This is the game of interrogation. As Huli said, yes, somebody has been very naughty, and Natalie has committed a crime. So Huli and Bethany, even though they are, you would never expect it, are actually police officers. And they are going to be interrogating Natalie to get her to confess to the crime that she committed. But first, they need to know who her accomplice was, what was the crime, and where did it take place. And yeah, Tweety Speedy, crimes are bad. That's right. That's why Natalie's being interrogated. So in the chat, can you please go ahead and put for me a celebrity that is not a politician or a Kardashian, please and thank you. And maybe somebody who you think like I would care about. Also in the chat, please go ahead and put for me a crime that's not really a crime. So like, you know, brushing your teeth on a Wednesday, or you know, folding the corner of a book down instead of putting the bookmark in it. My sister knows what I'm talking about with that. So I see a couple of these, and you know I really like this, but the accomplice that Natalie had was Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. He's gonna make a comeback for sure. And then last, if you could please for me put in the chat a location that is non-geographical. So instead of like Nebraska, it could be maybe like, you know, a booth at a McDonald's. So a non-geographical location, please. So Keanu Reeves was Natalie's accomplice. And what Natalie did with Keanu Reeves as her very disgusting crime was she drank milk out of the carton, which is so gross. That is a real crime. And not only she didn't take with Keanu Reeves, she and Keanu Reeves didn't drink milk out of a carton just like in their house or anything like that. This is so good. They did it in a dressing room at Hot Topic. That's what they did. A dressing room at Hot Topic, where I tried on so many Massimo t-shirts as a teenager. So here is what is going to happen in the chat. If you see that Natalie is getting, first of all, don't give her the answer, but if you see that Natalie is getting a little bit close to guessing either Keanu Reeves drinking milk from the carton and dressing room at Hot Topic, go ahead and give her some threes in the chat, and those threes are going to let her know that she's getting a little bit close. And then when she does get it right, and Bethany and Huli go crazy, go ahead and type the word guilty in big capital letters into the chat, and she'll know that she's got it, right? So threes when she's close, guilty when she's got it. So go ahead, Rudy. Is Natalie on her way back? If you haven't already, please go ahead and text.
Okay. Natalie, come back! Get back here, Natalie!
I don't think you both are in the same house, unless there's something that many of us don't know. But yeah, where is she? So Natalie is on her way back, and when she comes back, she will have to guess all of these things. Now, at the end of this interrogation, our red team will also play a game, and you will get to vote on that, and that will determine who is winning the second 5 points of the match. All right, so I see Natalie has returned. She is going to be coming up onto screen any moment. And so, bosses, for this game of interrogation, are you ready?
Yes.
Again.
All right, Sarge, I'm ready for my first interrogation.
Well, good, because this one, at this point, I'm gonna break. So you give it the first crack.
Okay, I'm gonna just speed through this one. All right, ma'am, you were with someone. Just tell us who it was.
I wasn't with anybody. I was by myself out there.
Oh yeah? You just look like you're... Go ahead,
yeah,
Sarge.
we saw the cameras. You were with someone.
Yeah. Wick that tear right off your face.
I'm not crying, okay? I'm not. I just have a lot of feelings, okay? I'm not ready.
You went on a little crime spree? You had a little great adventure?
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to face the music. This is really scary. Fine, I guess I'll turn on my...
Well, you're about to get lost in the system, sweetie. You're gonna get caught in the Matrix.
Yeah. Is this gonna take a whole November?
If you can find him, you can bring him in too. I was with Keanu Reeves the whole time.
Is he as nice and handsome as he seems? Don't answer that. Don't answer.
He always does the arm around. It's really nice. He doesn't invade anyone's personal space.
He's got really long arms too.
He doesn't just walk up to someone's kitchen and just does whatever they want with it.
He's invited into everyone's kitchen every time he shows up, so he could steal the last chocolate chip cookie.
You don't have to steal the last cookie around
He needs
Keanu.
something to drink with that.
What, you think Keanu Reeves and I are just going in houses, stealing glasses of milk?
Oh, lucky da.
Fancy for you guys.
I got a glass. No, you don't.
Look, I'm not crying over spilt milk. I'm not crying. I already told you guys that.
Oh, I know you don't spill it. I know every ounce goes into your gullet because it's shaped exactly like your mouth, like a little circle. Or a triangle, depending.
Your triangle mouth circles.
Fine. You got me. Keanu Reeves and I, we're a couple of bad boys, and we like to drink milk right out of the carton.
Yay.
Sarge, I'm killing it.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Keep it going. I'm gonna get 2 crawlers and half milk, half not milk.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm also lactose intolerant, so it was a horrible mistake. And I'm sorry, but I already paid the price.
Well, what were you doing there anyways? Walking around just existing in your local galleria?
I was shopping for fine art.
I didn't say gallery.
I'm not sure what the difference is.
Me either.
I think the difference is one place you can get a very nice bedazzled ICP goblet, and the other place you get art. And I think you're in the ICP goblet category, sister.
I think that everyone has different taste in art, and sometimes I want a bedazzled ICP goblet, and
sometimes you want a corn shirt. I get it.
Yeah, and that's why I went to Warp Tour, and I drank milk.
Whoa.
Yeah, you wish they gave out Yoo-Hoo when I went to Warped Tour, but that's not what we're talking about. You were just at your local mall. You were doing the opposite of, well, the exact same of Spencer's, but a battle royale between the two exists.
Look, it's a touchy subject, but I really like their arm warmers, so I hit up Hot Topic, and I drank milk out of the carton with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, but you were even deeper than that, weren't you?
You didn't want anyone to see, so did you?
Fine, I was in the t-shirt section in the back, where they have the wall of t-shirts.
Oh, how would you even know they fit you?
Because, you know what? I'm through crying about it. I went to the Hot Topic with Keanu Reeves, and we drank milk, and we drank it right out of the carton, and you didn't see it because we were in the dressing room.
Time! Oh man. Jason, first of all, please give yourself a point for that little jail animation that you put over Natalie. Oh, our stage manager, Jason, guys, who you cannot see, but is in charge of all the magic. Please give yourself 1,000 points for that. Fantastic. And actually, Rudy, can you do me a favor? Give the bosses one bonus point for Huli's very specific descriptions of things you'd find in a Hot Topic, like an ICP jeweled goblet and a corn shirt. Took me right back to 14. All right. Kevin, grab him. Where are you, my friend?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Oh, there you are.
I got nervous. I keep turning into Ashley. It's really freaking me out. I don't like it.
Everybody wants to be Ashley, though.
I know. Like, it's not that Ashley's fault, but I shouldn't be turning into her. Ashley should be her own person.
That's true. But just go with it, you
Oh,
know?
I'm trying, but it's weird. Anyway,
know.
what's up, Ref Kate?
I just want you to know that, like, I'm here for you, okay?
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. So you just saw the game of interrogation from the bosses. Western Spring Dingalings, you also get to play. I like how excited you are about that name every time I say it. But you also get to play a team choice game. What would you like to play?
Well, you know what? Rudy's been doing a great job, and we all love Rudy on my team. So we want to bring him in and play the game of Foursquare.
Oh, fantastic. Foursquare. So please screen your team. Rudy, I'm not even asking if it looks good because you're just thrown into it. So you're already on the screen.
I can do it.
Of course you can do it. So, loyal fans, this is the game. I'm seeing some 6s and 7s already, probably for some fans of this game. This is the game of Foursquare. Obviously, we're just going to be doing a improvised version of that playground game where you would bounce like that big red rubber ball into corners. Just kidding. This is improvisation. What we're going to do is in all of these corners are going to be 4 different scenes, and you are going to see them, but not all at the same time, because that would give us all a migraine. Instead, you're just going to see the first 2 people at the top that are right under me doing their scene, and then I will switch right. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Did we switch? Yep, there we go. Yeah, switch right. And then you will see the other side of the square, a completely different scene between Grabo and Rudy. And then switch right again, a completely different scene. Switch right again, a completely different scene. It's magic. So what we need are 4 suggestions, 1 for each side of the cube. Can somebody please in the chat give me a location that you've never been, but you really would like to go to. And then also please give for me in the chat a food that you think is oh so tasty. So please go ahead and give me those things. So the first thing I saw for Rudy and Ashley, the first suggestion I saw is Alaska. Your suggestion is going to be Alaska. Switch right. For Rudy and Grabo, your suggestion is going to be the Galapagos Islands. Switch right. For Grabo and Todd, your suggestion is just salt. Switch right. And for Ashley and Todd, your suggestion is London. Great. So every time we switch, we will see those scenes play out. This is the game of Foursquare. We're going to review our suggestions really quickly. So this is
Alaska.
Switch right.
The Galapagos Islands.
Switch right.
Salt.
Switch right.
London.
Great. And we will start here. Players begin.
Well, good day, mate. So glad to see you here in London.
It's so good to see you here. I got some treasures for you. There you go.
Oh, wow, a seashell?
Yeah.
Seashells? 3 seashells?
Yeah. I know how much you love seashells.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just know how much you love seashells, and so I want to bring them to you.
Don't apologise for that, Brittany. I'm so glad you done brought me these seashells.
Switch left.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there salt in this?
Yeah?
Oh, no, I am allergic to salt. I can't. Oh, God. I feel my throat closing up already. Do you have an EpiPen?
Switch left.
Bro, this whale is sick.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe it. We caught it and everything.
Oh my God. Oh, but I'm torn on what to do. Its blubber is so valuable on the black market.
It's true. Well, we already sold those tortoise shells, so why not just go all hog in?
Oh, because my conscience, maybe?
Oh.
My conscience is starting to get a hold of me.
Conscience. You gotta shove that voice down and do what your heart tells you to do.
Bro, put your left ear against its side and listen to its heartbeat.
Switch left.
And our cruise boat just left us at Ketchikan. What are we gonna do, Stan?
I did this on purpose. I've been wanting for us to move to Alaska for a long time. I've been searching for property here, and this is the time.
Stan, you gotta talk to me about that. I left all of our luggage on the ship.
Our luggage, forget our luggage. If I said to you I wanted to move to an igloo where we fish all day, what would you say?
Well, I guess I would fish, Stan, because I love you. But my brain is a little fuzzy right now, Stan.
Doris, that's okay.
Switch right.
When I don't go and take it to sea.
Well, hang on. Let me listen to your heart. Put it up against my ear.
Okay, now my heart now is beating fast because I'm worried about the whale.
It's all right. Look, man, I don't want you. I just thought you wanted to, like, expand our horizons. Instead of doing illegal stuff in America, we're doing illegal stuff on the beautiful Galapagos Islands.
I know, and this is the place for illegal stuff to go to.
Illegal things can happen. Open water, islands.
Switch right.
I'm sorry about last week. I'm happy to return. Let me just try some of this delicious soup, my nervous waiter friend.
Okay,
Oh my goodness. Is there pepper in this?
Switch right.
You see, what I done with the sushi is I turned him into a beautiful dress.
Oh my gosh, Bobby, that looks so beautiful. I knew you could do it. Oh.
It wouldn't be possible without you, would it?
Oh, me? Little me? Oh.
Listen, I know we've been prancing around it for a long time, but...
Right.
I guess it was a bad idea to leave our cellular telephones with our luggage.
That's time. Oh man, great work, Red Team. Apparently you've offended somebody with your treatment of the Galapagos, but no worries. That's comedy, baby. Rudy, we gotta vote to vote, don't we?
Oh, we got to vote, all right. And I got the poll for this group.
Don't ever say that again.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, everybody. But please vote, please.
Right, please vote. Please vote, everybody. You saw two fantastic games. You saw Interrogation, some with Hot Topic references. You saw the game of Foursquare with Rudy and all kinds of, historically and geographically accurate stuff in it. I mean, I don't know if it gets more accurate than that.
It doesn't. I'm very partial to one of these, which is why I'm just going to stay out of it.
I see. Well, Rudy, like in the position that you're in, it's really hard for you to choose favorites. I mean, you're like a judge.
I know.
Like you really are. This is like it's not about you. It's about the office. You know what I mean? It's about.
That's true. Thank you for taking me full circle.
I'm just trying to ground you. I look like are we almost done?
Yes, we are, and it looks like the interrogation of the bosses won.
What the heck?
I can't believe it.
Wonderful. Oh
Well,
my goodness, bosses are way in the lead. I need both my captains. There you are.
Do I have any points? Does my team have any points?
You have no points, but here's the thing. I'll give you a bonus point if you and Huli can switch places real fast. Like physically in the house. You're gonna. Oh gosh. I mean, it's
He
really.
can't do it. He won't get a point. He can't do it if he can't switch.
Well, this is the not unsportsmanlike conduct is what this is.
In a computer.
I feel like
You gotta go to mine.
nobody knew yet they're roommates. What? Okay, well, you get an extra point.
I can't hear you.
So now you are on the board. 11.
What's she saying? We gotta switch back.
But yeah, switch back, please. Switch back, wonderful. Yep, I mean, huge plot twist.
how small is Huli?
I'm worried that Huli is gone. Okay, there he is. Excellent. Perfect.
Rob is very tall.
Yes, very, very tall. But yeah, so Grabo, you are now on the board. So even though you didn't win that last round, For ingenuity, I'm going to let you challenge the bosses to this next head-to-head game. What would you like to play?
I like John's bosses to the game, the classic 90s stand-up game, Foxworthy.
Foxworthy! Hooli, do you accept?
Yeah.
Screen your teams. So this is going to be the game of Foxworthy. If anybody is as old as I am or older, you will remember the wonderful Jeff Foxworthy. That's a debatable statement. But so Jeff Foxworthy used to. Yep, that's right. 5-star. No one's old. But so the Foxworthy used to tell a joke in a very specific format. And what we are going to do in this game of Foxworthy is we are going to use your suggestions to make jokes that are similar. So in the chat, if you could please put for me a suggestion of some sort of object that you use at work that you think other people don't. So like a stethoscope or parchment paper or something. So please go ahead and put some of those items in there. And this is how Foxworthy works. They're going to take your suggestions. So let's say, for example, the suggestion was, ooh, let's see, what's one we haven't done in a while? Banana. Yeah. Let's say your suggestion was a banana. What they might say is, if you find that you're really appealing to people, you might just be a banana. Get it? Yes! Foxworthy. Topical. All right. So, it looks like somebody uses a calculator, which I think is really awesome. So calculator is going to be the first suggestion. I will call on people as we go burn box style and be ready to vote when this game is over. Calculator. Todd.
If you're a little derivative, you might just be a calculator.
Bethany.
If you're experiencing a division in your marriage, you might be a calculator.
Ashley.
Hey, if you're feeling that age of a T-84, you might be a calculator.
Natalie.
If you need to get maybe like a skin graft, you might be a calculator.
Bravo.
If your favorite state is Texas and you love to play instruments, then you might be a calculator.
Julie.
If you have bad credit and need a cosign, you might be a calculator.
All right, new suggestion. This next one is going to be sheet music. You might be some sheet music. Natalie.
If you would follow your friend off a clef, you might be some sheet music.
Ashley.
If you just need to follow that heartbeat, you might be some sheet music.
Julie.
If every good boss deserves fudge, you might be sheet music.
All right, next one this is going to be a 3-hole punch. A 3-hole punch. Remily.
Ooh, if you're online dating and you're not the trapper, but you're the keeper, you might be a 3-hole punch.
Hello.
If you easily get into jams, you might be a 3-hole punch.
Holy.
If you're fighting Mike Tyson in the 80s, you might be a 3-hole punch.
Todd.
If your college ruled, you might be a 3-hole punch.
Okay. The next one is going to be a post-it note. A post-it note. You all use some crazy stuff at work, I tell you. Ashley.
If you are caught in a bind and feeling sticky, you might be a post-it note.
Natalie.
If you were invented by Romy and Michelle, you might be a post-it note.
It doesn't get better than a Romy and Michelle reference, I tell you. Gotta be done. All right, we have another poll coming up, don't we, Rudy? Because we saw both teams go head-to-head in that game of Foxworthy. Now we got to know which one you all, the loyal fans, think should have those 5 big points. Right now we're 11-1 in favor of the bosses. But we got to know where the score is going to lie as we go into our final game, right?
That's right. And I was so excited I got to play in that last one. I put a little pun in my poll.
No, I'm so glad you did, and I'll tell you that I think that might be my new favorite game. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very, very funny. Will the ding dongs prevail? I mean,
Who knows?
we don't know. We don't.
Right now, it's very close. It's very tight. Ding dongs are ahead by just 2% of the vote.
I mean, it is really difficult if the ding dongs don't jump ahead.
Right now, it's tied.
It's going to be tight, and I'm wondering if, like, you know, if this final round is going to be like when somebody's got $300 and they can still play Final Jeopardy, but like there's just no chance.
You know, 6 things coming up though, it's still anybody's match.
That is true, because 6 things is a stealable game, so there's so many points on the table.
Big points.
Let's see how it's shaking out. Our poll's pretty much closed.
Oh my gosh, ding dongs have a slight lead, and that is our poll. By 2 percentage points, the ding dongs win.
Ding dongs, and I don't remember if they're the ding dongs or the dinglings. I'm fine with it. Gravo, can you help me understand? Are you ding dongs or dinglings? Or
Whatever your heart says, just listen to it.
You know my heart says both.
Great.
I had lings in the poll, but I said dongs the whole time.
Rudy.
That's my former boss.
I mean, what a night. So this is the game of 6 things. We're closing the gap a little bit on these scores, 11-6, still in favor of the bosses. But like I said, there are so many points on the table in this 6 things round. For those of you who have never seen a match before, we play this game every single match, and it is the hardest game in comedy sports. You'll see why. So, Captain Grabo, Captain Hooley, you both need to send one player out of the room. Captain Grabo, who will it be?
It's going to be me, the bearded one.
It's going to be you. And Captain Hooley, what about you?
It'll be me, the unbearded.
Wow, Captain Battle. All right, we'll go share some peanut butter and jelly stout, and we'll see you back. All right, so we see that Captain Grabo and Captain Hooley for the game of 6 things, they have left the building. They are away from the screen. Their computers are muted. They'll be back when we tell them to be, and they cannot hear what's happening. What you will see on the screen right now are those 6 things. These are 6 things. As they come back. Captains, you're not muted. So somebody text those boys and tell them to chill. Thank you. So in the game of 6 things, Rudy was very, very sneaky and got some suggestions at the very beginning, right, Rudy?
I did, and we've got some real fun ones here.
Wonderful. So these 6 things will need to be guessed when they come back. I'll give you more information on that in a hot moment. But what is our first thing, Rudy?
First thing is going to be beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball? Am I in Top Gun?
Maybe.
So this is the game of beach volleyball, but here's what's going to happen. This will be Hooley's to guess first. We're going to make this a little bit harder. Beach volleyball is real easy. So in the chat, can you please put for me the something that you have a picture of on your walls, like, you know, friends, family, or a fruit. And then also please put in the chat for me a place you love to go when things are open again. So like I love to walk to the lakefront, and sometimes I like to go to Mariano's. Wonderful. So instead of playing beach volleyball with a regular ball, that ball is going to be a peacock. So the ball is a peacock, and the and instead of playing beach volleyball just at a regular beach, they're actually going to be playing in a Dairy Queen. Fantastic. So that's what we're going to do for all of these 6 things, is make them real crazy. Rudy, can you take our number 2, please?
Love to. Can I get a suggestion of super annoying sounds? So just start typing super annoying sounds into the chat. And then if you could also type in old-timey pieces of clothing, like top hat or garter or anything else. So we will go ahead and mix those in. Oh, I love it. So the music is not going to be any kind of, you know, fun Zumba music. It is going to be the sounds of a fax machine. So it's going to be fax machine sounds. And then you're not going to be wearing a fun leotard. You'll, of course, be wearing spats.
You're wearing what?
Spats.
What are spats?
They're like those white things you wear on your shoes when you're putting on the Ritz.
Okay. And you all can't see see this, but our stage manager is going like this, trying to explain what it is. Great. What's our third thing?
Our third thing is yoga.
Yoga. Wonderful. I love yoga. Am I in Top Gun? So they're going to be doing
You're
yoga.
hanging with the boys.
Hey, playing with the boys, right, Kenny Loggins? Speaking of Kenny Loggins, can you please put in the chat for me one of your favorite songs? So like I love Playing with the Boys. I also love Danger Zone. I also love Holiday Road and I'm All Right. I support the Loggins machine. So put a song in the chat for me, please. Okay, got it. So I really love these like old timey suggestions. So playing yoga, instead of wearing like yoga clothes, they are going to be wearing a cummerbund, which is that thing that you clip under your suit, right? I've never worn. Yeah, great, a cummerbund. Wonderful. And the song that they're listening to, instead of like like a bowl, like a meditation bowl or whatever, is going to be it's going to be Danger Zone, because a lot of people said it and that made me really happy. So it'll be Danger Zone.
Okay. All right. I will take our next one, which is going to be jumping from a building. If we're jumping from a building, so loyal fans, if you could please type into the chat a place that you might visit on a field trip. So a place that you might visit on a field trip. And then can I also get in the chat an expensive kitchen appliance? An expensive kitchen appliance. So, all right. So the building is actually going to be a dairy farm. The building will actually be a dairy farm. And then let's see here. We've got a lot of locations. Oh, so you're going to be landing not on the ground, but on a stand mixer. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
All right.
Yes,
a stand mixer.
A stand mixer. It's a new baby in my house. Also, big ups to my family who said Instant Pot. That's what they sent me for Christmas. Pressure cooked this
What
week.
a family.
They're amazing. I know. Thank you guys. I love you. So another thing. So the last thing. What's the last thing we're doing? Number 6.
Well, actually, you're doing number 5, and then I'll do 6.
Well,
but you're, of course, keeping with the theme, grabbing somebody with a whip.
Well, grabbing someone with a whip, like Indiana Jones or Top Gun.
Or in Top Gun.
Right. So you're going to be grabbing somebody with a whip. But in the chat, can you please put for me something that you do once a year, like pay your taxes or get a physical, please. And then also in the chat, can you please put for me an animal that you think is just oh so cute. I would appreciate that. You brush your teeth once a year. That's a problem. And that's no good. But let's see. So the whip itself is actually going to be a baby panda. So just a little baby panda. And so I see get tattoos once a year. Ooh, okay. Love it. So instead of grabbing somebody with a whip, just like, in an old desert or whatever, you're actually going to be doing it in a tattoo parlor.
Ooh. All right. Now, I'm going to bring us home with doing burpees. So, loyal fans, if you could please type in the chat a either famous book or important document. So, like Lord of the Rings or the Constitution. Those would be great examples. And then can I also get a suggestion of a celebrity that you think I might look like?
It's my favorite question.
Yeah. All right. So keep those coming in. Okay.
You look like the Magna Carta.
The Magna Carta, I like that. All right. So your mat that you're doing the burpees on is going to be the Magna Carta. And of course, you'll be doing burpees with Jason Alexander.
I'm going to take a picture of this real quick. Hold on. I have to wait for it to get up there. And then I'm going to take a picture of it with my phone. This is technology at its finest, folks. Ugh, Jason Alexander. Who doesn't love George? Am I right? That's a compliment.
I'm taking it as that.
It's a huge compliment. All right. So here is what is about to happen. Let me explain the game of 6 things. First of all, Rudy is going to send a quick text to our captains, who are probably enjoying a peanut butter and jelly stout loudly, I guess. And they are going to come back in a moment. You have given us 6 incredible things, and Huli and Grabo are going to have to guess all of them. However, there is a catch. They're not just going to get clues from their team in regular words or gestures. They only have 2 things that the teams can use to get them to guess these 6 things. The first one is mime, which we all know is like I'm in a box. And the second is gibberish, which is a made-up nonsensical language, like Buska Baba Pauska Duska, Rudy.
Pakatike Shekado.
Exactly. So they'll be speaking gibberish and miming to get them to guess these 6 things. Each team will have 90 seconds for each thing to get their team member to guess. However, whether it's Huli or Grabo, they will be able to watch the other team member, and if it is not correct, they will have an opportunity to steal. The first 4 things are worth 5 points each. The last 2 things are worth 10 because they're a little bit harder. So for this game of 6 things, we've got 90 seconds on the clock for our first thing. We will start with our bosses and their home field advantage. Is everything ready to go? Ready to rock? Yeah. All right, 90 seconds. This is a game of 6 things. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Yes.
One minute.
Is
30 seconds. 30 seconds left.
All right, stop the clock.
We've got 20 seconds left.
Great, 20 seconds. Huli, what are you doing?
I am playing volleyball.
Okay.
The volleyball itself is the NBC turkey. And then and then I am at Sandwich Hat.
Switch it off.
You are playing volleyball. I'll give you that. You need to clean up with your ball and your location.
Yep.
Oh,
And we lost the Peacock sponsorship.
Okay. Okay. Askaba is a
Askaba.
Woo! Is that
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is time. That is time.
Sorry, is time. Your time has expired. Huli, what are you doing for your first thing?
I'm playing volleyball.
Yes.
And we eat different things on Thanksgiving. It was actually with the Peacock.
Sure
so that's what it is from ABC. And then I am at a Dairy Queen.
Yes! That one! 5 points for those bosses. All right, red team started off strong. Let's see if you NBC turkey dinglings can get this.
Gobble, gobble.
5 points on the line for number 2. 90 seconds. Begin.
Oh, skababa, skababa, skaba. Oh, skababa. Oh, yeah, skababa. Skababa.
1 minute left.
Ska, ba, da, 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 da.
Fwa, ba.
Oh, skabba, 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 skabba.
All right, stop the clock. Stop the clock.
We've got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds remaining. Grandma, what are you doing?
Okay, I am sleep exercising. I am listening to a fax machine, and I'm wearing spats.
Yes, you are correct on your substitutions, but you
Great.
are. I wish sleep exercise was a thing. You got to clean up your activity. 30
Me
seconds.
too, lady. All right, cool.
Eskimo, Eskababa. Oh, ooh, Eskababa. Hatasa, Ratata. Eskababa. What is it?
Skabba-da-ba-ba-ba?
Eskababa.
Oh, skabba-da-ba. Oh, skabba-ba. Skabba-ba.
All right, stop the clock. Stop the clock. What do we got?
I am still listening to a fax machine. I'm still wearing beautiful spats. And my activity is Zumbaing?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great.
5 points to the red team. Ooh, Rudy, what is that for our score to?
Oh my gosh, our score is now 16-6.
16-6?
No, never mind. I was wrong. Hold on.
I think it's 16-11, right?
It's 16-11.
Okay, great. 16-11, so red team is gaining. We're going on to number 3. Bosses, you're in. Red be watching for the steal. 90 seconds starts now.
Excuse me. 1 minute. We have 1 30 seconds. 30 seconds remaining.
All right, stop the clock. Stop the clock. Hooli, what are you doing?
Like I do every day, I'm doing my 60 minutes of a vinyasa flow.
Otherwise known to other people as?
Oh, as yoga, as a simple yoga flow. I am listening to the man who wrote the soundtrack for the 80s, Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone. And I am wearing, I'm wearing a tight turtle.
Yeah, no, I wish
Real
you
tight
have it
turtle.
all correct except what you're wearing. You have less than 30 seconds. Clean up.
Dad,
Stop
10
the
seconds.
clock. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Hooli, what are you doing? Give me the whole thing.
From the top, I'm doing yoga, I'm listening to Danger Zone, and I'm wearing a cummerbund.
5 more points to the bosses. This is hot round, y'all. All right, ding-a-ling-a-ding-dongs, come on up. You got 5 more points. This is the last 5 points of thing for number 4. Your 90 seconds start now.
Skabba-ba. Todd, you're muted.
1 minute.
Oh, skabba, skibaba. Oh, scabba-dabba. Oh, scabba-dabba.
3 seconds.
Scabba-dabba-dabba. So. Scabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, scabba-dabba.
All right, stop the clock. Stop the clock.
You have 11 seconds left.
11 seconds. Grabba, what are you doing?
I'm jumping off buildings.
Like you always do.
Oh, I can't believe that's the activity. I'm jumping off buildings. The building I'm jumping off is Old McDonald's farm, and the ground I'm landing on is a mixer.
I will give you yes, that activity is correct. I will give you the ground that you're landing on as a mixer. You need to clean up the middle part, and you're not too far off, but you have 11 seconds to do it.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
Scabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
1.
Scabba-ba-ba-ba. Scabba-ba-ba.
No more time.
Sorry. Your time has expired. Grabbo, give me the whole thing. What are you doing?
I'm doing what I do every Sunday. I'm jumping off buildings.
Yeah.
What I'm landing on, of course, is a big old mixer. And what I'm jumping off of is a dairy farm.
This is the red team. This is a round, but they're about to get harder. These are now 10 points each for 5 and 6 bosses. Come on up. Grabbo, be ready for the steal. Be watching closely. Number 5, 90 seconds starts now.
Super bot is a haba scaba is a hatsabu. Oh! Whoa!
10.
One minute remaining.
We'll see where you are.
That's it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Scabba is a
Atana.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
All right. Stop the clock. You have 8
You've got
seconds.
8 seconds left.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the Holy Grail.
I love it.
My whip is a panda bear, and I am at a tattoo parlor.
Okay, so yes, I will give you that your whip is a panda bear and you're at a tattoo parlor, but you need to be more specific about your activity. You have 8 seconds. Begin.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Kalima
1.
Shakti Day.
That is time. That is time.
I love the references, but you're not correct. Hooli, what are you doing?
Okay, well, of course, my whip is a panda bear.
Uh-huh.
And I'm at a tattoo factory, and I am searching for the Ark of the Covenant.
I wish that was correct. It is not. So, Captain Grabo, do you want to come in for this steal?
Yeah, I do.
Well, do it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, my whip is a panda bear, and I'm at a tattoo parlor because I'm whipping people?
No points are awarded.
Say what you see. Say what you see.
Your substitutions were correct. Your whip was a baby panda. You were in a tattoo parlor, and you were grabbing someone with a whip. That's Emily running away. No points are awarded. Red team, come on up. There's 10 more points on the line. Rudy, going into this last thing, what is our score?
Oh my gosh, Kate, the score is 21-16. It is still anybody's match.
This is anybody's game. All right, so Captain Grabo, on your game, 90 seconds, number 6, begin.
Skabba. Skabba. Skab. Skabba. Skabba. Oh, skabba. Skabba. Skibba. Yeah, skibba. Skabba.
It's good.
1 minute.
Give us a ball. It's a ball.
Skabba. Yeah, skibba. Oh, skabba. Oh, skabba. Skabba.
30 seconds.
Gross. 30 seconds. What are you doing?
I'm doing the worst thing in the world, burpees.
Right.
My mat is the novel Oliver by Charles Dickens, and maybe not. And I can't think of what it's called. I'll come back to it. And I'm doing it with George from Seinfeld.
Okay, so you are doing burpees. You need to clean up what your mat is, and I need you to be more specific on who you're doing it with. You have 30 seconds. Begin.
Okay. Oh, skabba, baby, skabba.
All right. Great. So you have 10 seconds remaining. Grabo, for the last 10 points, what are you doing?
I'm doing burpees.
Correct.
I'm doing them with Jason Alexander.
That's right.
And my mat is a constable?
That is not correct, but you have 10 more seconds to clean it up.
Okay.
Begin.
Four, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. That is time.
Sorry, I am sorry. That is the end of your time. Grabo, you have one more guess. What are you doing?
Doing burpees. They're
Yes.
gross. I'm doing it with my best friend, Jason Alexander. And my mat is the Artful Dodger.
Ooh, that is not correct.
I don't care. I think I did well tonight.
Truly, coming in for the steal, what are you doing for the last 10 points of the game?
I'm doing burpees.
Yes,
Matt is Jason Alexander.
correct.
And I'm doing it with a shopkeeper. A shopkeeper. Say what you see.
I am sorry. No points are awarded. You are doing burpees. You're doing them with Jason Alexander, but your mat was the Magna Carta.
Never heard of it.
The end of our match. Rudy, where does that leave our score? Who is victorious?
The bosses are still our champions with a score of 21-16.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Loyal fans, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's give it up for our players. Type those 6s and 7s in the chat. First, let's give it up for our Western Springs Dinglings. We had Todd Pay, Ashley Guerin, and the captain of the Dinglings was Rob Grabowski. Now, for your still champion bosses, we have Natalie Younger, Bethany Remley, and the captain of the bosses, Brian Houlihan. Keep those 6s and 7s going one more time for your host and referee, Kate Cohen. Loyal fans, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you'll stick around for our 9:30 show. And if you're not able to, that you'll come back and see us again soon. Thanks so much for coming to the match. Bye!
Like you did that night. I'm so
Stay tuned for D&I Talks.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another session of D&I Chats with Luis. Today I have a very special guest. I'm very excited. I've taken a couple of her workshops now, and the topic at hand today is going to be intimacy on stage, specifically intimacy with improv, even more specifically, intimacy with short form improv like we do at Comedysportz. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let me introduce Jessica Steinrock. She is the CEO of Intimacy Directors and Coordinators, and she is also a certified intimacy director for both film and theater, and she is also an improviser herself. Hi, Jessica.
Hi. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, it's really cool to be here. A lot of times when people ask me like how I came by intimacy work, like I like to share the fact that I've identified as an improviser for a while, as well as I dabbled a little bit in stand-up comedy, long form and short form improv. But ultimately, I kind of pivoted away from the professional comedy landscape because I had some really negative experiences right off the bat. But at the same time, I love improv, I love comedy. And so while I don't do it as much professionally anymore, I feel like all of the skills that I've learned and all of the cool cultural environments that I've been in have really influenced my ability to think about intimacy work. And so that's what has allowed me back into the improv world, to think about how we navigate consent and boundaries and intimacy in non-scripted theater settings, because it's just so complicated compared to scripted theater settings.
Most definitely. Tell you what, before we dive in deep, let's take a step back for those folks who aren't too familiar with what intimacy work is about. And maybe you can just give us the Cliff's Notes version of how you would explain this to someone who was maybe never heard of it before.
Yeah, absolutely. Intimacy direction, specifically for live performance, is a newly developing discipline that essentially treats scenes of intimacy as something that needs extra attention and special care. So this person is fluid in concepts of consent, boundaries negotiations, choreography, and so they help facilitate scenes of intimacy in the same way a stunt coordinator or a fight director might facilitate a scene of violence or extreme stunt, right? So we take a high-risk situation, we add an expert to help facilitate all of the parties so that everyone stays safe. And the big shift here is that we're valuing emotional safety and emotional boundaries as well as physical safety and physical boundaries. It's equally important. So we're making sure that everyone feels really supported and really safe so that when we do a scene of intimacy, we have support.
So at which point did you turn your attention to improv? Because obviously the big difference being with intimacy direction with scripted material, there's a piece of the script that will be repeated. Let's say it's a play, it will be repeated every night. So you know where it will happen and you know the moves, the choreography that will take place during that scene.
Yeah.
But obviously with an improv, we're making it up on the spot, you know, we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. So where did you connect the two in your head?
Yeah, for me specifically, I was doing improv in college with a number of really amazing people, some of which who have gone on to do some incredible work in Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York. I'm super proud of them. But after college, as I was kind of still exploring what comedy was, I started asking myself some questions about what were my own boundaries and how could I communicate those boundaries in an improvised scene, and thinking through some of those experiences, like I kind of alluded to before, where I didn't feel really safe on stage, where I felt maybe that my body was being used as a joke, or I'm fairly small in stature, so I got lifted a lot. Like there was jokes about my gender. We see a lot of these things happening, and for me too, like I carry my body leads to certain things, but I saw these things happening with other people, right? So we see a lot of other ways that people felt unsafe, or maybe their body was being used in a way that they didn't want to be. And then I was specifically thinking about, why do we think things are funny? And how some jokes made me feel really empowered, and some jokes made me feel not empowered. And so I actually went to grad school and got my master's degree in theater, and that was my like core question, was looking at, what does consent in improv, what does that even look like? How do we navigate that? And it was while answering that question that I actually met Tony Asina. And so it was really through improv that I connected to intimacy. And then I was able to kind of use some of the tools we were developing for this scripted intimacy work and bring them back, to say, okay, well, how do we empower people? How do we make jokes that always feel really good? How do we stay critical about what our comedy, what kind of comedy we're producing? How do we stay critical about the care that we give each other, right? We talk all the time about listening, about connecting, about teamwork. And part of that also is radical care for one another. And so finding ways to really make sure that that all of the voices are being lifted and empowered in that space.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So what would you say were some of the, like, within the world of improv, some of the like first big issues that you started seeing? So for you, I guess, what were those things that you were seeing that eventually made you create workshops and, start being an advocate for this?
Yeah, I mean, something that you just kind of said sparked, there's a term that I really love that I read about in an article by Sophie Hennecum and Dawn Bennett, in case anyone wants to look that up. But they talk about why sexual harassment is more prevalent in the creative industries than in a lot of other industries. And they have a study that talks about dance, theater, film, architecture, art, right? So it's a lot like all of the creative industries. And part of that is this thing called learned industry culture, where when you enter into a space, you assimilate to whatever the culture is. And our creative industries have really strong definitions of what's okay or what's not, right? There was a major culture for me when I entered in some spaces of like, if you can't take the joke, you shouldn't be a comedian, right? You have to always be able to take the joke, or you have to be up for anything. Or we even talk about yes and as a mentality that says you have to agree to whatever anyone wants to do with you. You have to be up for whatever anyone wants to throw at you. You have to say yes to no matter what, because that's what makes you a really collaborative player. And I think that has been manipulated into some like not great ways, and we can still kind of find the heart of yes and really use it. But I think that's part of what you're saying is we don't talk about the other side, because there's an element of, well, this is the culture and it will always be this way and it always has been this way, as opposed to a culture being something that we have agency to shift and change and shape.
Yeah, I think we have a tendency to negatively lean on those ideas as opposed to finding a way to use them in those positive ways that we supposedly talk about and teach in the classes.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like this fear of herd mentality, right? Like we have the herd, and if you say no, or if you say, actually, I need this accommodation, or hey, this would help me do my best work, as if we stopped for a second and talked through what kind of contact we feel capable of today, right? That puts you outside, and in ancient times, the sheep outside the herd gets eaten, and so we want to be part of the team. We want to feel included. We want to feel not outside, right? And I think that there are ways to say, hey, by speaking up, by advocating for yourself, that actually lets us know what can be done. Something I talk about a lot is that yes only has meaning if no is an option, right? Or that yes means nothing unless no is an option. So when we talk about like you always have to say yes, it kind of becomes a little meaningless, because now I don't know if you actually mean your yes or if you just feel really
just following the rule.
Right. And so like we create some space for no, or we create some space for yes if, no if, no but, yes but. and that's between people. So we can say yes to the ideas, but we might have to shift the actions we engage in.
And when you say shift those actions, what sort of actions are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of in my head just now thinking about on stage sometimes, right, where someone might say, "Oh, I want to kiss you," right, or the character goes in for a kiss, and to say yes to that idea. So yes, absolutely, I see and hear and believe that your character wants to give me a kiss. Me, the actor, or me, the improviser, does not
Does
want
not.
to touch my lips to yours, right? So let's pivot. Let's say yes to the intention, right? Thank you for that gift of your character's intention. And I'm also going to pivot and offer some new information about the cold sore on my lip, or cold sore on the character's lip, or whatever, right? And so we can kind of world build still say that yes and, but recognize that improvisers can communicate with more than just the word yes.
And so when we talk about that word no and finding a way to, I guess, empower the word no on stage, what sort of advice would you give someone who's kind of in those moments? 'Cause I have been in situations where I've heard people say, I just didn't know what to do in that moment. And so, you have that weapon of no in your arsenal, but for the most part, we're kind of told not to use it. So how would you empower someone to something like that?
Oh, this is a great question, because no is not only super hard to say, it's super hard to hear, right? Because when we hear no, we get defensive, it hurts. We're like, oh, I didn't mean to. You didn't think I just wanted to, right? And so it can be really difficult for both parties. And something I like to think about, and I talk about this in some of my exercises that I do in person, but a lot of us know that game of whoosh, right? Where we kind of pass the whoosh around a circle, or we can change the direction of the whoosh with a whoa back or a whoa, or whatever people's words are for how they play the game.
There are 5 improv games and a million variations.
Right, but so we see this, and I like to liken that game to this idea of yes and no, and that a lot of times we think about yes meaning go and no meaning stop, right? But if we only ever have yes, all we get is a whoosh that goes around in one circle. By adding a whoa, we don't actually stop it, but we change the direction.
That's a great way of thinking about it. Yeah.
No is still a way that we can add directionality to it. We're just changing direction. And by adding no or whoa, right, we get now patterns that play across. So we can have it bounce back and forth here, and then it goes around the circle and bounces back and forth here. And then maybe it does a big arc, right? But so we can start to play around with the directionality of these words of yes and no.
So interesting that we really approach it with such a negative view when we had just a harder time with yes in the beginning.
Yeah.
Those level ones, congratulations on your purchase of improv sort of classes, where it really is just like they drill the yes into you over and over.
I mean, I'll just pivot off of what you said, because I love that, right? That like we start in a way that's hard, where we have to say, okay, 10 and 2, key, break, lift, break slowly, right? And so for consent, it's going to start the same way, right? Or thinking about the ethical impact of our jokes. If that's a new thing and someone hasn't really thought about that before, right? Because a lot of times we learn what's funny by what gets laughs. And we don't think about it much more than that, or at least I was really guilty of that one. I won't project, but was very, very much a me thing, where I was like, oh great, that gets laughs, I'm going to keep repeating that without thinking much more beyond it. And so this new skill of how we think more critically about ethical comedy, or how we think about people's boundaries, or remembering people's boundaries, because now I've got to keep all of the boundaries of all these people in my head, right? And that's going to be hard at first. You got to remember the key and the 10 and 2, and we're going to mess up. We're totally going to mess up. But we have to stick with it and keep practicing. Otherwise, it's never going to become as normal or as comfortable as yes and now feels to more experienced improvisers.
So, kind of funneling down into the conversation. So, we've talking about improv broadly, but let's kind of maybe focus more short form, game based, like Comedysportz plays.
Yeah.
So, we always have our ref, we have the person who is hosting, 2 captains, the teams, announcer. And so I would love maybe just your kind of wide assessment of what you saw from afar, I guess. Your thoughts on the Comedy Sportz way of improv.
Yeah, I mean, I love short form. It is fast. It is also really accessible to people, right? Long form is, I mean, near and dear to my heart. I was a long form improviser predominantly.
I played as well.
But it's a little harder sometimes for audiences to like get on board, and also like a good team is good and a bad team is not. Right? Or like the bad shows are pretty bad and the good shows are amazing, but the bad shows are not great.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something really cool about short form, and particularly Comedysportz, that is super audience engaging, makes people feel really invited to participate, to be part of that world, to world build together, right? They're not just watching, they get to engage regularly. And I think that that is so cool for how we bring people into a space and create laughter together. I think that it's just really joyful. And what I also really love about short form is that we have an opportunity to really go in a lot of different directions, and we can try something bold without needing to incorporate it in for the rest of the rest of the show. And it takes a lot of trust, though, right? When you have those shorter moments,
those little bursts of improv, I guess.
Right, you have to have a lot of trust, though, because you can't just like do something and be like, it doesn't matter anymore, right? We have to really build trust with those people, and I think trust is something that is more critical to improv than I've seen in any other art form. And it's important everywhere, but like you have to trust each other in improv world, right? You just can't build unless there's trust. But trust also doesn't happen immediately. It
Right.
takes time, it takes repetition, it takes repeatedly caring for one another, repeatedly checking in, it takes making mistakes and then repairing those mistakes in order for that trust to build. And so that's like, when I think about what consent and what intimacy looks like in short form, it's a lot about trust, and that we can't make an assumption that everyone is going to be game for everything right off the bat until we've worked with them a couple times, until
Right.
we've had conversations and then built that trust. And then we know that if we make a mistake, we can repair it really quickly because we have that history behind us showing us that we can do it.
That trust is there.
Yeah.
It's not so much what games are we playing or what are we doing in rehearsal, but it's just being and working with each other. And it really does just kind of open your mind to the fact that there are so many improv shows that happen on the fly outside of like Comedysportz stuff, where it's just like, oh, we got 20 minutes tonight, who wants to play? And all of a sudden you're on a team with people that you've never even talked to outside of these 20 minutes, and they're making choices about who you are and about what you're doing and your body. And yeah, it really kind of it opens your eyes to the dangers that could happen on stage if people aren't being careful.
Right. Well, and in that culture that we curate of yes and, where it's like, well, yeah, you can do it with anyone and you can play the exact same way with anyone, right? Everybody's this neutral body, and that doesn't work, right? When we have diverse players with diverse life experiences on stage, the same joke with two people is going to look very different with these two people, right? And that's really important to take into consideration, the context of who you're playing with, what their boundaries might be. Do you know them? And being culturally competent, being gender competent, being all of these other ways of socially competent will allow you to build trust slowly. And so then we can have these jams, but we start in these jams where we're in a space of being more cautious than maybe we want to be as improvisers, because we want to be wild and crazy and able to do these things, but you have to save some of that for people you've built trust with. And that in these spaces, we can still play with the rules that we've established, but we might need to slow down a little bit. We might need to telegraph a move. We might need to, like, as characters, ask each other, can I pick you up?
Yeah.
And even demonstrate consent in those scenes. I think that that's a really cool option as well.
Any final thoughts that you would like to share with us before we go?
That's my final thought is interrogate your own stuff first, right? Don't think about other people and their boundaries until you know your boundaries. Figure out, because everyone's got them. You've got them. I promise you do. And once you realize where your boundaries are, it will help you understand where other people's boundaries are. So I invite everyone to do that kind of self-reflection work, because the more you advocate for yourself, the more other people will be able to advocate for themselves. And the more we do that, the more trust we can build together.
Oh, yeah, you got there. It was good. Yeah, it's good. No, you did it. You did it. Yeah.
That's it.
You started and then just had to stop to tie your shoe, but then you nailed it. All right. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you again, and thank you all for watching. And we'll see you at the next one. And the next one of these.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another session of D&I Chats with Luis. Today, I have a very special guest. I'm very excited. I've taken a couple of her workshops now.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love at one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering his feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad right now, I can't even think straight. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it. Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind, rewind, rewind. Yeah, we hiding his feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad, but now it's at my own expense. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it. Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't reach. Yeah, we maybe I need some space. Read it and delete it. Maybe I need some space. Need some help somewhere else to go. Maybe I need some space. Read it and delete it. Maybe I need some space.
I can't just call you when the moon is rising. I'm craving every moment with you. I can't just need you when the tides are turning. I cherish every second with you. I've got to hold on to your heart every day of the week, every week of the year. I've got to rewind and restart so you get what you need, so you get all of me. Yeah, you feel a little lonely, I wanna spend some more time with you. 'Cause I'm anxious to know what you feel for me now. Just give me something. I can't taste it with your lips on mine, that you don't love me like you did that night. I'm so nervous that you'll never feel the same, and you'll never find a place in my arms. Hey, show me love, 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 show me love. I'm not asking you for much, just give me something to feel. Show me love, show me love, show me love. I can't taste it with your lips on mine, that you don't love me like you did that night. I'm so nervous that you'll never feel the same, and you'll never find a place in my arms. Hey, show me love, 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 show me love. I'm not asking you for much, just give me something to feel. Show me love, show me love, show me love.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're good now. All right. Cool. Well, th- we're good now. Thank you so much for being here, loyal fans. This is the Saturday at 9:30 show for Comedy Sports. We are ready to do an amazing show for you guys. Just want to go over how the show is going to work. So this is Comedy Sports. We do not do jokes about comedy. We play comedy as a sport. So we've got two great teams coming up for you. We've got the Oak Park Counselors going up against our returning champions, the downtown Chicago Bosses, competing for your laughs, love, and applause. And by applause, we mean you're typing because it's virtual. Okay, cool. So this is how the show works. We're going to be coming to you all night for suggestions to help us get us started with our games. To get us started with kind of figuring out what types of suggestions that we might be looking for. 2020 was an interesting year, but let's stick to the positive. And what are some good things that happened to you in 2020? Like maybe you got a new job, or maybe you got a new car, or maybe you got a new bed frame. All of these things are pretty exciting. So put some of the things in the chat that were actually good for you in 2020. Awesome. Okay. Very good, very good. All right, cool. And then just to what are some things you're looking forward to in 2021? How about that? Let's put some of those in the chat as well. Good. All right. Awesome. Well, you all know how to type, which is fantastic because that's an important part of our show. So thank you for that. Now, we do have to go over one thing, though, and that is the brown bag foul. We like to do shows that everyone can enjoy here at Comedy Sports, and we pride ourselves on having really intelligent comedy, but we are making it up. So sometimes we might say something that we're not totally proud of, and at that time, our referee can call a brown bag foul, and that person who committed that foul might have to sit out for the game, or they might have to take points away from their team. Now, what's really important is that we can also call the brown bag foul on you, our loyal fans. So make sure when you're putting suggestions into that chat box that you would put things that your mother or father or parent or guardian would be proud of you to say. Fantastic. All right, let's get this thing started. It is 9:30. Let's see who our two teams are and bring them on up to the stage. Kicking it off for the red team, we have the Oak Park Counselors. And leading us off, for the team is Mo Phillips Fox. Followed by Brian Houlihan. And she's back with the baby, but she's still crazy, Yvette Chaskowitz. And let's welcome to the screen our downtown Chicago bosses. Featuring Susan Harmon, Nicole Devin, and he has a baby, but he's still crazy too. It's Jesse Gomez. Oh my God! But now our most important player of the night is coming up. We need all of you to put some 6s and 7s in the chat. Now welcome to the stage our referee for the night, who also has a baby, Ashley Victoria.
What's up? What's poppin'? It's a Saturday 9:30 match, and it's me, Ref Smash. I'm glad to be here. Nick, how you feeling?
I'm doing good.
That's great. I have my official ref whistle. They give it to you like this with the tiny ref shirt when you graduate ref college. So I'm rocking my alma mater tonight.
That's awesome. I'm hoping to get accepted into Rep College.
Well, you just keep working on your extracurriculars. Make sure your application is like nice and filled out. I'm sure
Yeah.
you got great potential, Nicholas.
Did you get loans for Ref College?
I got a scholarship.
Nice.
Yes, I'm super excited to be here. Nicholas gave you pretty much everything you need to know about the match, except for there is one other file we need to go over, and that is the technical foul. Because we are all using technology, there might be some technical problems, and I will hold the player fully responsible. I don't care that they don't work for Comcast. That's not my problem. That's theirs, because their internet fell out and they were out the game. So I will be taking points away if anybody freezes or just doesn't take themselves off mute. I will also be explaining all the games to you, and I'll be awarding the points and taking away points if the players don't follow the rules to the game. And I'm going to do that as I see fit, because I'm a tough ref, and I believe in nuance, and I believe in dealing with the situation appropriately. So, players, keep that in mind. And
I would say that you're tough but fair.
I would agree. Yeah, I agree with your views, and
Great.
I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Haha.
So while you're adding me to your email list, can I get the captains to the screen and get some 6s and 7s in the chat whenever I say that? Yes, captains, Captain Jesse, Captain Yvette, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you, everyone, for the warm welcome. Let's get down to business.
Have you been training? Have you been, doing some practice to get back in shape?
I've been doing a lot of pun jokes to my 5-month-old Bo, and he just started laughing, which means I'm doing a good job.
Supportive baby. That's the
I've also been practicing my pun jokes on her baby Bo, and Bo has not been as receptive to my brand of humor.
Oh, so if you haven't placed your bets yet, that's some insider information there, loyal fans. Bo, if Bo's a predictor, and I've heard that he is, not looking so good for the bosses. But we'll get into it. We have to do a coin toss. For that, I do need a suggestion from you, our loyal fans, preferably fans that are not friends or family to our captains. Can I please have your initials in the chat, and your initials only? We're looking for preferably like 3 initials, Nick.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go with MJW.
MJW. All right. Players, you are being given the initials MJW. You have to guess the name. Whichever player comes closest to the actual name will win this coin toss. So we will start with our champs, our downtown Chicago bosses. Jesse, MJW, what is the name?
Okay, all right, yeah. It is Morris Jefferson Winslow.
Okay, great. Any bet?
Mark James Wilder.
And can we have the answer from the chat,
I
please?
didn't know the point was to get it right.
I'm checking. It's Mark Jonathan Wilder. I don't know if
I win! I got it!
Sounds like Yvette was closer, and the red team has won the coin toss.
Okay.
So, Yvette, what would you like to call for your first pick?
I love that Mark is still watching matches. This is fantastic. Thank you, Mark. We would love to call the game Simon.
Simon. All right, that's great. Captains, field your teams. Players, not players. I'm not talking to you guys right now. Loyal fans, if you could do me a favor and start putting locations in the chat where a cat would hang out. We're gonna play the game of Simon. In the game of Simon, players must tell a story, but remember every single part of that story and repeat it back verbatim. And if they mess any part of that story up, then they gotta go. That's it. So they'll be telling a story one line at a time. They're adding stuff on, but if they forget anything that happened before, that's it. Curtains, points lost, dreams crushed. First game.
So serious.
Do you have any suggestions for us to get started with?
Well, let me tell you, loyal fans, you're putting in some great suggestions, and I've got so many to pick from. I love you all. We're going to go, first of all, with a windowsill.
A windowsill. All right. Your first suggestion is a windowsill for the game of Simon, and we are starting with Susan. Begin.
Oh, I'm on a windowsill.
Ooh, I'm on a windowsill and I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm on a windowsill and I'm hungry. Where's food?
Ooh, I'm on a windowsill and I'm hungry. Where's food? A pie?
Oh, I'm on a windowsill and I'm hungry. Where's food? Ooh, a pie? Nom, 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 nom.
Ooh, I'm on a windowsill. I'm hungry. Where's the food? A pie. Nom, 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 nom. I'm stuffed.
Oh, I'm on a windowsill. I'm hungry. Where's food? Ooh, a pie? Nom, 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 nom. Oh, I'm stuffed.
Those, the dance, the choreography that went with the story was very off. It was very offbeat. Didn't match up. So you are out of here. Please leave my screen. Next player up for the team. Great. It is Nicole. What's another suggestion we got with the cat?
Yeah, no problem. One of the suggestions we got was the Chicago Alley. Ooh.
A Chicago Alley. Phenomenal. And then Nick, can you ask for something else so we can get queued up for the next one? They can start typing.
You got it. Let's go with the place that you would find on a place you would like to go for vacation.
A place you would like to go for vacation. Awesome. So you guys can start throwing those in the chat. We're going to start with Captain Yvette. Captain Yvette, your suggestion is the Chicago Alley. Begin.
Ooh, that dumpster looks full.
Ooh, that dumpster looks full. I'm gonna see what's inside.
Ooh, that dumpster looks full. I'm gonna see what's inside. Ooh, rats!
Ooh, that dumpster looks full. I'm gonna see what's inside. Ooh, rats! Wanna be friends?
Ooh, I'm gonna...
That was great. That was great, Yvette. That was an admirable job for your first round back, but you will have to leave my screen. Bye-bye. That's great. No, I'm really proud of her. That's totally genuine. She did a great job. Simon's a hard game. It's a hard game to even ref. I got to remember everything too.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Well, whatever it is you're doing great.
Oh, thank you.
What's the suggestion?
Yeah, our next suggestion is close to my Midwestern heart, and that is Branson, Missouri. Oh, the game's over. Just kidding. We're going to do Branson, Missouri.
All right, we're gonna start with Nicole. Nicole, your suggestion is Branson, Missouri. Begin.
Welcome to Branson.
Welcome to Branson. Here's a motorcycle.
Welcome to Branson. Here's a motorcycle. Hop on and take a ride.
Welcome to Branson. Here's a motorcycle. Hop on and take a ride. Just don't go 55, because they'll get you.
Welcome to Branson. Here's a motorcycle. Hop on and take a ride, but just don't go over 55 because they'll catch you. And they'll never stop tickling you.
Nicole, there was a finger drop. There was a finger drop in point that you completely missed.
I can't drop fingers anymore. I'm not allowed.
You should have informed us before the game. Please leave my screen. All right, now we got Captain Jesse versus Hooli. I saw the suggestion in the chat of spelunking, and we're gonna take that. But what's another adventurous activity? Throw that in there. Jesse and Hooli, we're gonna start with Hooli. Your suggestion is spelunking.
Got my light on and I'm ready to go.
Got my light on and I'm ready to go. Oh, snap, I forgot my carabiner.
Got my light on and I'm ready to go. Oh, snap. I forgot my carabiner. And other stuff.
Hooli, you added nothing. You contributed nothing to the conversation. You failed the group project. Get off the team.
Just like real life.
And that means the blue team would know. We have a Mo. I was like, where's the last red player? All right, great. Nick, what do we get with another adventurous activity?
Yeah, something else that we got for adventurous activity was grocery shopping during a pandemic.
Ooh, extremely adventurous, very dangerous. Hate it. Not my favorite. Mo and Jesse, down to you two. Your suggestion is grocery shopping during a pandemic. Go.
I forgot my coupons.
I forgot my coupons, but I got my Lysol.
I forgot my coupons, but I got my Lysol. Wish I could bring my own bags with me.
I forgot my coupons, but I got my Lysol. Wish I bring my own bags with me, but I do have glasses.
Forgot my coupons, but I brought my Lysol. I wish I could bring my own bags with me, but I got my glasses. And I'm gonna get eggs.
I forgot my coupons, but I brought my Lysol. Wish I bring my own bags, but I got my glasses. I'm gonna get eggs and bacon.
I forgot my coupons, but I brought my Lysol. I wish I'd brought my own bags, but I got my glasses. And I'm gonna get some eggs, and I'm gonna get some bacon. And I'll tell you what, if you're lucky, I'll bring you back some TP.
I forgot my coupons, but I bought my Lysol. Wish I could bring my bags with me. I got glasses and some eggs, and I'm gonna get some bacon. And then I forgot because I was so
Admirable effort. The winner is the blue team. Bosses. Woo, that was tight at the end,
Woo.
wasn't it?
Wow, I really broke up a sweat watching that one, huh?
Cool down, grab a ice cold beverage. We're gonna get Captain Gomez from the bosses up here. Captain Jesse.
Hi.
Captain Jesse, please hydrate. I'm sure that's why your team did as well as you did, because you were hydrated. Extremely important. What game would you like to call as your team choice?
This next game is sponsored by Brita, and it's going to be the game of New Choice.
That's fantastic. Field your team. Audience, please in the chat, can you just drop a location that you would probably wear boots at? And because in the game of New Choice, our blue team, our boss is going to be doing a scene, and at any point in the scene, I can blow my whistle that I got from my ref university, and I can tell them to make a better choice. I can say new choice. I can say new movement. I can say new in tone, new emotion, any of that stuff to improve the scene, because at Ref University they teach you how to get the best scenes out of your performers. So that's what we'll be doing, and we do need that suggestion from Nicholas to go ahead and get the blue team started.
Yeah, well, another one that touched my Midwestern heart was the suggestion of Hog Farm.
Hog Farm, fantastic. Bosses, your suggestion for the game of new choice is Hog Farm. Whenever you're ready.
Oh my dear, I thought this was Hogwarts. Oh.
Oh no, man! But we are the finest hog farm north of Branson, Missouri, but south of Wisconsin. So welcome. I consider it to be a magical place. We are the finest hog farm northeast of Dubuque, but slightly to the left of a Costco.
New location.
We are the finest hog farm that is in the backyard of your uncle's third grade teacher's house.
Oh, you mean Miss Phillips? Miss Phillips, she was a wonderful arithmetic teacher. So I take it I won't be learning any incantations then, will I?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the magic spell that a pork product can put upon your heart, sir, there's going to be magic.
New entrance.
There's a lot of pig dust around here.
Oh yeah, do you want to?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this one's dead, so you can pet it all you want. It's not gonna care.
New state for the pig to be in.
Oh, go ahead, sir, and pet this pig. He's in a coma, but it's medically induced.
New condition. Pig needs.
Oh, great! You can go ahead and pet this here pig. He's asleep.
Oh, well,
like
don't.
A nice afternoon nap.
Don't mind if I give his belly a good rub then.
Jesse, I can't stand your voice like that. New voice.
I'm going to pet this pig now.
Mama.
Yeah, what? What do you got?
Is that my mail order husband?
Oh wait, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, find out.
I'm giving him chicken feed. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. I want you to feel at home here. Say, young man, are you single per se?
I am unattached.
New answer.
How would you feel?
I'm in an entanglement.
That sounds intense. You know what else is even more intense than a romantic entanglement? Something that really puts just a blush to your heart is marrying into a pig farm family.
New phrase.
You know, something that just really puts a brush to your heart is realizing that the only thing better than love is bacon.
The same. New phrase.
The only thing that puts just a thump in your chest place is realizing that at the end of the day, you need bacon more than you need love.
I'm sorry, I've been seasoning this pig this whole time.
And that's the game. That is. Nicholas, did you see me like 50 times?
What's that?
I said, did you see me save that pig's life like 50 times?
You really did.
They were just.
Cynthia Kamak would be really proud of you right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a great person. Don't ever forget it, Ashley Victoria.
Nick, you're the best announcer that I've ever worked with.
It's my first day.
That's incredible to me. That's a lie. Anyway, I could talk to you all night, but we got a game to call, so let's get the captain of the red team on the... Captain Yvette!
Yes, I'm ready for some more!
You look ready. I love it. I know you guys are going to come back in this second round. What is your team choice game?
All right, well, as Oak Park counselors, all three of us were camp counselors at one point in our lives, so we're going to call Advice Panel as ourselves at a camp.
You don't say. You are all camp counselors.
Shocking, right?
Well, what a amazing resource we have in all of you. Loyal fans, please, in the chat, type any question that you wish you could have asked your camp counselor. If you didn't get to go to camp, I never got to go to camp. If you had gone to camp, what would you have asked your camp counselor about? Your cuddly, they take care of you and they're so fun. They are the funnest. They are the engineers of fun. The only person more fun than a camp counselor is me. So any question, drop it in the chat because we are going to be getting advice from Ryan Houlihan and Mo Phillips Potts and Yvette Jaskowitz as themselves, as their former selves, camp counselors. Nick, what do we got going on in chat?
Oh man, once again, loyal fans really bring in the heat tonight with these awesome questions. The first one that I like is, what is 7th grade gonna be like?
All right, what a great question. We're going to go ahead and start with Yvette. Yvette, what is 7th grade going to be like?
Ooh, well, 7th grade is a very interesting time in your life because you officially become a teenager, because you come in at 12 and you will turn 13. And you know what? You're going to get braces because you're going to have canines coming out of your gums and you're going to have to wear rubber bands to pull those bad boys down. But if you just go through one more year, you will look great in your school pictures. So just get through it. Everyone looks bad and you'll all be better in the next year.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. That's great advice. Brian.
So 7th grade is pretty simple. You're going to put a part down the middle of your hair like this. It's going to be pretty sweet. You can tuck it behind your ears. Also, you're definitely going to be the shortest person in your class. And that's okay. Because at some point, you'll grow. And even if you don't, that's okay. You know why? JTT was short. The cute one on Home Improvement was short. And you know what? We're going to be all right. So just one thing in 7th grade, don't break your arm before basketball season because that would be a bummer.
Oh!
I'm not gonna lie, 7th grade is probably gonna be a little hard for you. You're gonna have some friends you thought you were your friends, like other people, but you know what? You discover that you can make your own friends and make your own plans, and you don't have to wait for anyone to tell you to go trick or treating or to hang out at a movie. You can make your own plans, pick up that phone, and call your friends who knows that you're crying at recess. Okay, they're the people who care about you the most.
I feel like we really helped some people tonight. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, this one's a little bit wackier.
Oh.
But that's okay. The question is, how much syrup is too much syrup?
Oh, wow. That sounds like a harsh question if I ever heard it. We're going to start with Mo on this one.
I'm gonna say there's not really such thing as too much syrup. I like a nice waffle cake that's like soaked up with syrup. However, if we're on a camp out, everyone has to get the same amount. So you might have to ration it because we can't go back to camp and get more. We only have this one 8-ounce Nalgene full of syrup to get us through breakfast. So we're gonna have to ration.
All right, and now we'll hear from Hooli.
Okay, well, if you're my mother, you're gonna wonder why you don't use syrup. I had this fancy Vermont syrup in bunches and you don't want to use it. And it's like, what? Syrup? No, why would I want that? And you're gonna live your whole life not knowing how delicious fancy syrup is. And yes, it's a humble brag of ignorance, people, because if you don't try things, you don't know. So please, when your mom says try the fancy syrup, try the fancy syrup.
Earnest advice, listen to your mom. Yvette.
All right, now there's a couple telltale signs that you are using too much syrup. Number 1, there is crusted dry syrup around the top of the bottle. If I see any of that in the cafeteria, you're gonna have to clean it yourself. No one wants sticky, sticky top. Another one, remember when you were little and you loved coloring inside the lines? Our waffles are Eggo waffles because we don't have a chef that's gonna make you anything fresh. So you just put it in each hole, and then that way the syrup has a home and everyone feels good about it because everyone has the same amount.
Fairness, justice. Nick, can we get another question?
Yeah, I'm gonna combine a question with a debate that we're having in the chat currently. The
Oh,
first
wow.
is, I know, the first is, but does she like me? And also, if she does, should I take her to a Vegas Raiders game?
Okay. Counselors, you heard the question. We're going to start with Brian.
Well, I gotta tell you, in my experience, no, she does not. But she's gonna be very nice to you. And she doesn't not like you because it's you. She likes your friend. So what you do is, rather than a Vegas Raiders game, you take everyone to Ohio Skate for like a little group thing, and that way she can get to know him a little better and like him, and I can like some popcorn.
Great. Yvette.
I'm just gonna be real quick. She does not like you because the Raiders are the worst football team in the entire NFL. Every fan is riffraff. And if that's what you're all about, then you need to go into the lake and you need to grow up and then come back when you're actually liking a decent team.
Counselor Yvette, the lake is haunted. Oh my gosh, such passion. No.
Here's what you do. You write her a sweet little letter. You tell her all the things you like about her, and then you leave it in the staff mailbox. But you don't stick around to figure out if he reads it or not. You just instead run to your tent and avoid him for the next 3 days. Then he goes on a camping trip for 4 days, and he leaves a note for your best friend at camp saying that he likes her, and the two of you cry about it for 4 days, and then he gets back and you yell at him. And then you go to Vegas with just the two of you, your best friends. So, yeah.
And these were your counselors from Camp Unrequited Love. All righty, Nicholas.
Oh my
Time for a
gosh.
poll.
Yeah. And let me just say that by the reaction in the chat, Yvette's going to have no problem being a stern mother to her growing child. Because she's quite scared a lot of people with her hot takes on the Las Vegas Raiders.
She was not playing around.
She was not.
So
Go
did you launch our
Broncos.
poll? Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
let me put up a poll. Fans, now it's time for you to let us know which of these teams is going to be the one who will receive 5 awesome points. So which team did you like better, the downtown Chicago Bosses or the Oak Park Counselors with their advice? Remember, the Chicago Bosses played that fantastic game A New Choice. Vote in the chat right now in the poll on Twitch. You can put in some of your channel points to help boost that score that you want. It looks like it's coming up. We got a little bit of a lead. Oh, no, it's coming back again. Oh, now there's a new team that's taken over. We're going to be ending the chat really soon. And by we, I mean I, because I'm in control of the chat. So
don't end the chat, just end the poll.
Oh, yeah, not the chat, just the poll. Sorry. The poll will be ending soon, not the chat. It's my first day. I'm having fun. All right, and let's see who is going to win this thing. We got, oh, boy. And it looks like the Counselors, 5 big points to the red team.
All right, 5
Fantastic.
points, tying it up. Yvette has not missed a beat.
Not a beat at all.
All right, captains, you are now tied. How are you feeling, Captain Yvette?
I feel great. And yes, Nick, go Broncos. Thank you.
Okay. Such serious football talk. Let's move on to something frivolous like entertainment or something. Um, what would you like to call for your second head-to-head game?
Well, you know, when I was out on maternity leave, I saw this new game and I've been so excited to play it because I've seen it and I want to have fun with it. I want to call Screen Test.
Okay. I'm so excited for you. Yes. Let's Jesse, you have no choice in this matter. I've already accepted Screen Test. It's what you play. Teams are fielded. And loyal fans, please start dropping in the chat names of movies, your favorite movies that you could watch over and over again and never get tired of. And then also actors with distinctive voices or characters with distinctive voices, cartoon characters, any of that. So go ahead, start tossing those into the chat because in the game of Screen Test, all of our players will be auditioning for your favorite movies, but they will have to audition as the people you're suggesting, and it's so much fun. And I know why Yvette is excited to play it. Nick, how are our suggestions looking?
I gotta say, these loyal fans are really bringing the heat tonight because these suggestions are out of this world and spicy.
Okay, what's our first movie?
Yeah. All right. So our first suggestion is gonna be the inevitable Al Pacino auditioning for Mary Poppins.
Okay. Um, the movie is Mary Poppins players.
Yes.
We're gonna get started with Susan. You're auditioning as, I'm sorry, who did you say? Al Pacino.
Yeah, Al Pacino. Sorry.
Ooh, it's a spoonful of sugar. Ah, medicine's going down. Yeah.
Okay, Nicole, you're auditioning as a Jersey housewife.
All right, like I'm just gonna put this umbrella up and maybe we'll fly away. Who knows, okay?
Brian, you're gonna audition as Keanu Reeves.
Whoa! Kids! Excellent.
Jesse, Barack Obama.
Chim chimaroo, chimma, chimma, chimma chimaroo.
Mo, Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, I'm your nanny, Miss Poppins. Boop-be-doo-boo.
Oh, that's great. Yvette. Foghorn Leghorn.
Feed the birds! Feed the birds!
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. The next movie we're gonna do, I saw Goonies. So the movie is The Goonies. And oh, do you see anybody fun, Nick?
Yeah, sure. I see the Swedish Chef. That'd be crazy.
Who?
The Swedish Chef.
Oh, the Swedish Chef. Nicole, please audition as Swedish Chef.
Really, you see it is a good this is my wish, and I'm taking me wish back, Mikey. I'm taking them all back.
Yvette, please, Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Oh! Woo!
Oh man.
Jesse, the Great Gazoo.
Oh, up there, our parents have to do what they gotta do, but down here, it's our time. Down here.
Here. Oh, okay, Brian, Carol Channing.
Then I mixed it all together, and then I threw it over the balcony, and I made a sound like this.
Nick, give me another movie.
No problem. You know, another movie that I saw was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Ooh, classic. All right. Susan, you're auditioning for Raiders of the Lost Ark as Conan O'Brien.
Snakes. Hate them. Hate snakes. Hate them.
Mo, you're Julia Child.
Oh, yes, I'm Dr. Indiana Jones, and no one ever questions my title.
Jesse, you're Mr. Rogers.
Well, everyone, enjoy the monkey brains.
Yvette, you are Robin Williams. Nicole, you're Meatloaf.
Listen, Marion, close your eyes. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. I can see paradise by the light of the arc.
All right, let's get one more movie.
Yeah, of course. You know what I saw is one that I know that we all love, Finding Nemo.
Oh, Finding Nemo, we do all love that. That is indisputable.
That's why I picked it.
Still the best announcer, Nick. Still the best. That's great. All right, we're going to start with Jesse as Yogi Bear.
Oh, hey, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh.
Mo, Eddie Murphy.
I'm gonna touch the butt.
Susan, Angela Merkel.
Yes, well, you must know that the little fin is so broken. It's a broken fin, don't leave, Nemo.
Hooli, Kermit the Frog.
I had a human in my throat. Have you seen my parents?
Nicole, Samantha Bee.
All right, here's the thing, guys. I'm just wondering, has anyone seen Nemo? It's suspicious, right?
Yvette, Batman.
Fat Man?
Batman.
Mine, 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 mine.
Game. That is the game. Batman is. All right, Nick, we gotta launch another poll to see who.
That's right. I just put a poll up
impressions
myself.
better.
So, loyal fans, vote on which team you think did the best with those wonderful character accents and actor impersonations. As Kat Godsick said, oh, sweet lord, that's how I would describe that game as well. It looks like the poll is, there's one team that's definitely in the lead. Looks like the bosses are doing pretty well. Counselors are coming up quickly behind, though. It looks like the counselors have just overtaken, though. Folks, we only have a little bit of time left in this poll, so make sure you get it before I close the poll, but the chat will remain open. It's coming to a tie, but the bosses have just pulled ahead just a little bit, and it's now, this is really neck and neck, you guys. This is amazing. I cannot believe what we're saying. And the poll's closed. It is technically tied percentage-wise, but by 2 votes, the bosses take it. 361 to 363. Wow.
Bosses.
Wow.
Lead 10 to 5.
Who needs NFC divisional championship games when you've got comedy sports on TV, people? Come on. 5 big points to the bosses.
Also, indisputable facts. And we thank all of you for joining us here tonight. Instead of watching a rerun of some sports show of
it's all reruns. We're in rerun season for sports right now. So
I don't know. I don't know what a Raider is, all right? So I'm just glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody's here in the chat talking to each other.
you don't know who a Raider is? Neither does the NFL Hall of Fame. Am I right?
Got him.
Got him.
I feel like we're alienating some fans, and we shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Anyway, can I get my captains to the screen, please? I would love to see captains. And we're gonna say nice words about all Raiders. Raiders sound bad. Raiders sound like a bad people.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're riffraff.
I feel
They're
weird
riffraff.
presenting
Yeah,
them.
as we've defined. Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't like all the bashing. Feels like bullying. Um, so Captain Jesse, you're in the lead, 10-5, but we have to play our final game, our hardest game, Six Things. And it's anybody's game at that point. You know those last two are worth double, so you better pick somebody strong to send out so you can hold on to that trophy.
Well,
Who are you gonna send out?
yeah, I'm gonna pick the strongest person on our team, both emotionally and physically, Nicole Devon.
Amazing, amazing. I know that to be 100% truth. All right, Nicole's gone. And Yvette, who are you sending out?
I am going to send out my favorite camp counselor, Mo Phillips Spots.
Right, Mo's out. That's great. So, loyal fans, we are about to play the hardest game in comedy sports. It is Six Things. So, when Nick was talking to you guys earlier, I believe he asked a question and he took some of your suggestions at that time. And I'm having technical issues over here. I don't know if that's up on your screen yet. Nick, is that
It
up on
is. It's up
It
on the
is.
screen, yeah. And if you
Okay.
need any help, you let me know.
I need so much help. Can you get our replacements for the first thing?
Of course, of course. Our first thing is an arm wrestling tournament. So, loyal fans, what I want from you first is a concept or idea that starts with the letter M, and put that in the chat. So, concept or idea is something like democracy or freedom, but it has to start with the word M. That's the key point, okay? And then another thing that I would like is what was your first favorite song? Like, my first favorite song, no lie, was Achy Breaky Heart by the one Billy Ray Cyrus. So, what was your first favorite song? Cool. All right.
I hope you know I'm not
So,
just going to gloss over that. We're going to come back and revisit
well,
that.
I've said I'm from the Midwest like 6 times tonight,
I'm
so I
also
don't
from
think
the
it's that.
Midwest.
I
You're
don't think
not the
it's
only
that
person from
surprising.
the Midwest.
Well, yeah, okay. All right. Well, hey, let's get back to the fun of the show. So, for arm wrestling tournament, instead of having arms, which is crazy, you are going to be having memories. So your arms are replaced with memories. And with an arm wrestling tournament, you are going to be going up against Bruce Springsteen, also known as the Boss.
Okay, great. These
Cool.
replacements are very scary. Great job, Nick. Once again,
Thank you.
best announcer.
Are you good? Do you need
I
me
am
to do
good.
number two?
I know
All
our
right.
next activity is buying a new hat, and
Ah,
we're gonna replace the hat with a food that you will only eat if you have to. Like you will eat it, but like it's not a choice. Um, and uh, what's the store? The store we're gonna replace it with someplace you see a statue. Can you give me a suggestion of someplace you see a statue? They're everywhere. They really are. Once you start thinking about it, they are everywhere. So give me a location where you see a statue. That's great. All right. So the store itself is Milan. And then the hat is where are my foods? Okay. We're gonna go with kale. The hat is kale. Awesome. Over to you, Nick.
hey, I'm back at it. Loyal fans, what I want you to put into the chat is your favorite microwavable meal. All right. So I'm a single guy, and you know what? A DiGiorno personal pizza sometimes really hits the spot emotionally and physically. So put into the chat your favorite microwavable meal. That's something that you put into that box and then it beeps, and you've got great, healthy food. And then, second thing is, I want you to tell me about your favorite female historical icon. So, someone who is female from history. Uh, Someone that would qualify for those two categories. Okay, so for this sixth thing, which is licking a doorknob, Nice job. Instead of a doorknob, you are going to be having a chicken pot pie. The doorknob is a chicken pot pie, okay? And it's the door to the house, okay? It's the door to the house of Rosa Parks.
Amazing. The blue team is going to be your number one fans after this, Nick. All right, our next
Yes.
activity is moving to Chicago, and our moving boxes are not going to be moving boxes. They're going to be a hobby you picked up during quarantine. So, what'd you start doing in 2020? Type it in, let us know. And Chicago itself is is not going to be Chicago. Chicago is going to be the title of a Stephen King novel. So go
Ooh.
ahead and type the title of a Stephen King novel in the chat. Let's see, let's see. Is my thing working now? It is, it is, it is. Improv. You picked up improv during quarantine. Amazing. But we're going to go with origami. The boxes are origami. And then Chicago is It, the book by Stephen King. Nick?
So they're gonna have to guess an article. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Very good. All right. Well, hey, our fifth thing is playing patty cake. We all remember doing that back in college. So what I want to know is from you in the chat is what is the oldest thing that you personally own? Okay, the oldest thing that you own. It could be a sheet. I don't know what people own anymore. But what is the oldest thing that you own? And then secondly, we've been talking a lot about it in the chat. What is your favorite sports mascot? Not your favorite team, just your favorite sports mascot, okay? So it looks like, oh wow, we have some really funny things that people have owned for a long time. I am going, oh geez. Okay. I am going to say that for patty cake, your hands, which you play patty cake with, those are not hands anymore, but they are instead a math book. And if they can get from the 1920s, I'll give them a bonus point.
You're not in charge of points.
Well, I know, I tried to sneak it in. It's my first day. Okay. And the person that you're playing patty cake with is the Philly Fanatic. That was a good one that a lot of people picked. You guys are right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome suggestions. And our last activity is being employee of the month. And your employee shirt, the shirt you're wearing as an employee is something you'd find in a log cabin. So you can go ahead and type that in.
Ooh, that's exotic.
It is when you're from the Midwest, right?
Uh-huh.
And the month that you're employee of is these are always so hard. A color. Please give me a suggestion of a color. Okay. The month. All right. So the shirt is a lantern. The shirt's a lantern. It shouldn't be bad. And then the month itself is cyan.
Ah.
And yeah, it looks like we've got everything, Nick.
Wow, I guess we did a really good job.
I think we did too.
Perfect. Okay, very good. Well, let me call back our guessers. Yes, I'll do that right now.
Yes,
You can vamp for a little bit if you want.
Oh, can I? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I love vamping. And I feel really good about giving permission to vamp right now.
Okay, good. Oh, they're back. Well, that was
Catch
enough of
us
that.
every Friday night at 7:30 and 9:30, and every Saturday night at 7:30 and 9:30. And it's shows like this. It's fun. It's laughter. It's live. And we're here and we're we're so happy to be with you and connect with you in the chat. There's a Facebook group. There's a Discord channel. We're everywhere, and we just want to bring people together so they can have fun and laugh with us. So please join us again. Nick, our players back.
Yep, they're back. They've been back for a bit.
Great. So, can I get my blue guesser to the screen? Are they there already? My technology is malfunctioning again. That's great.
Yes, they are up on screen.
Everybody, fantastic. I love being on screen with everybody. Blue team, you have 90 seconds to guess your first thing. 90 seconds on the clock. No? Are we not doing 90 seconds on the clock?
Yep. We've got 90 seconds on the clock.
Okay. And we're
good.
going to get started right now.
Who's gonna have it? Somebody give a look up. Oh, Fluka!
Escapa!
Somebody give Fluka, but I give somebody go. Somebody should go back. Somebody give. Somebody give Fluka, but I give. Somebody give Fluka, but somebody give Gaza,
All right. 46 seconds left.
46 seconds.
47 seconds left.
All right, 47 seconds left on the clock. Nicole, what are you doing?
I am arm wrestling, and my opponent is no regular opponent. It is none other than the boss, Bruce Springsteen. And my muscle is not a muscle. It is the idea of emotions.
You are close on some stuff, but you got to clean some stuff up. So you have how many seconds left, Nick?
47.
47. All right, Nicole. Time starts now.
Shabarigi. Flonka Ponka, Saba?
Saba. Escapa. Saba. Skara tara para para. Skara para tara tara. Skara para.
Shabagi, Flonka, Baragi, Balaga. Papa Shabaga.
Oh, 33 seconds left.
Great. I am arm wrestling against Bruce Springsteen, and my arm are memories.
That's it. You got it.
Whoa,
right to the
nice.
bosses.
5 points to the bosses.
Fantastic. All right. Now it's the red team's turn to get up here and earn 5 big points. Loyal fans, I know 99.9% of you have seen this show before and know exactly what's going on. But for the 0.1% that have not, I'm going to explain because I didn't really at first. Our players are guessing the activities that we got from you earlier, but we've replaced the stuff as you saw, and they can only communicate using gibberish. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're communicating in gibberish because they're not allowed to speak English, and they're only allowed to use mime and gibberish to get one another to guess. And that is why this is the hardest game in comedy sports. So for the one person that's never seen this show before, I hope you understand what's going on now, because I can see where it might have been confusing. All right, red team, are you ready?
Yes.
90 seconds on the clock starts now.
Oh, shikapa fuka shaba shaba. Oh, ding 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 ding. After the ding ding. Oh, shikaba. Ooh, shaka shaba. Shikaba. Ticka 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 ticka. Shikaba. Shikaba saba baba baba.
Yeah, ga.
1 minute.
Asana, Asana, Ahana. Gaga. Asama,
Okay, let's try.
Shikapa fushisha. Baba sikapa sababa. Chikapa. Shaba. Sabara para 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 para.
30 seconds.
Shikapa. Sabara. Sabata babata. Babata. Sabata Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Frushukaba.
Oh, it's gonna. Okay, let's go.
Frushukaba.
Go ahead. Go. What you got?
10 seconds.
I'm shopping for hats. My hat is Popeyes, and the location we're shopping at, we're in LA at RuPaul's Drag Race.
Mo, you're good on the activity. I'll give you the activity, but you got to clean up your replacements.
Okay.
Have 10 seconds left, so you got this. Go.
Okay, yes, okay.
Model walking.
Okay, great. Alright, I'm shopping. My hat is spinach, and I am in Milan, Italy.
Oh no, you're so close, but I can't hear you. Nicole, can you see?
I believe I am selling a hat. The hat that I am selling is indeed spinach. And I am doing it on the runways of Sicily.
Oh, Nicole, farther away than Nicole.
Yeah,
but
even
you were buying a new hat. The hat itself was kale.
Kale.
Oh.
The store itself was Milan.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel good about that. Okay, let's do it.
Good. This is fun. I'm glad we do this. This is a fun game.
All right.
Everyone's having fun. This is great.
Gonna do their third thing. We get 90 seconds on the clock. Blue team, begin.
Aska scoot, aska aska,
Asa berigi.
aska, Eske funka, aska,
Jump at the gift loka.
Grumla. Tink, hump, abaraka, tinkara, hokara, tinkara.
Sabagi, flonkaba. Asabili little basabili foka. Abasabiliga. Foka sabiga.
Aska. Fuank.
Open a go for singing about.
Fua, aska. Aska. Fuank, aska. Tu. Aha, skara, papa, cheche. Aha, skara. Aska.
Shabigi. Saba, zaraban.
Nah, skabara.
Sabigi.
Aska.
All right.
Oh, 14 seconds left on that clock.
All right, great. So I'm licking a doorknob, but that doorknob's not a regular doorknob. That doorknob is chicken and rice. And the door that doorknob is located on is actually the coffee train.
No, you have the activity correct, but you're gonna have to clean up everything else. You have how many seconds, Nick?
14.
14 seconds. Blue team, go.
Shove it again.
10 seconds.
Somebody, Aveliga Floka.
Aska. Tu. Aska. Skip.
It's over. Stop it.
Nicole, what do you got?
Great. So I am indeed licking a doorknob. That doorknob is a chicken pot pie. And the door that it is located on is not from like right now. You know, it's like from a ways back, so it's kind of old. And it's none other. It's a smell commuter.
Oh my goodness, Nicole! If you only knew. Oh.
I will in a minute.
Okay, great. I'm looking at doorknob. The doorknob itself is chicken pot pie, and the door itself is Outkast's Roses.
Is Outkast? I'm sorry, what?
Outkast's song Roses.
No! No! Oh, you were licking a doorknob. The doorknob was chicken pot pie, and it was the door to the house of Rosa Parks.
Oh, it makes so much sense now. Jesse, that was a good give. That was a good give.
Oh, it was hard to watch. It was intense.
That song is called Rosa Parks.
We got our red team back up on the screen. Red team, get into it. You got 90 seconds.
Asama, saka, saka, asanana, asaka, CTT, ahanana, saka, asaka, papa ana, asaka, chi, atan, ting, 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 asaka, asaka, asanana, he,
1 minute.
Apa, ting, 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 ahana, asaka,
Okay,
kanana.
Okay.
Ashikaba, fu fu, kashikaba shikaba, ashaba, ashika, fuchipiba, apachupapa, akashiba, apashikaba, oh, ka,
30 seconds.
Shikaba.
Asikisa, asanana, ahana, asaka.
Scott?
Okay, Mo, what are you doing?
10 seconds.
I am packing for a trip. The suitcase itself is an origami crane. And the location we're going to is a happy hot death.
You're very close on a very many things.
Great.
I can't give any of them to you as they are. You have 10 seconds. Go.
Ashikaba, samba, sabada, shikaba, fling,
5,
oh, shikaba, shaba.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuchika.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, that
Players, Mo, what are you doing?
I am doing what's it called? Upholstery with some heavy things. The heavy thing itself is still an origami crane, but my location is the Great with Pennywise.
Okay. We moved closer in some respects, but still did not nail it. Nicole.
Great, I'm going on a road trip. My luggage for that road trip is an origami train, and the location I'm going to is Hades.
Oh, I'm sorry, but neither of you got this one. This activity was moving to Chicago. Your boxes were origami, just origami, period. I would have taken crane. And Chicago itself was the Stephen King novel It. So you were very, very close.
So close.
All right, let's get a scoring update. Nick, what's the score look like at this point?
Sure. Well, the score hasn't changed too much, but it is 15-5. Boss is in the lead, and just to let you know, the Bills won.
Okay. So the bosses have 15. Our red team has 5, but these are our final 2 activities, and they're worth 10 points each. So the red team can still tie and possibly steal and take the whole game. It's still anybody's game in these final minutes of
These
this.
shows are just, you never know.
You never know. So we got our blue team on the screen. Blue team, your 90 seconds starts right now.
Abra, sinkata zampana kanamasa.
Sampa, flonka, kamba, tingara. Flonka, flonka, tianka, so.
Escapa. Super, escapa. Fu, escapa.
Asamedi que flonka badinka. Samedi samalaba. Samedi samalaka.
Funta.
Waka waka. Ziskana daskana
Pasa beli que flonka.
Abaraka zibara tik Abaska. So tinkara klon.
Samaga flonka ba. Samedi
30 seconds.
Samedi con flonka. Samedi. Samedi.
All right, Nicole, what do you got?
21.
Boy, howdy.
Blackjack.
How much time do I have left?
Blackjack, 21 seconds.
Great, I'm gonna need it. I am playing patty cake. The person I am playing patty cake against is the 7th inning stretch. And my hands themselves, my hands are, I don't even have a guess because I forgot what Jesse did.
Okay,
I'm gonna need that time.
You got 21 seconds. Go.
Askapa.
Somebody got it, but somebody got
Ziga again.
10 seconds.
Somebody get flonka. Somebody get flonka. Baka, somebody get.
Oh, what are you doing?
Great. I am playing patty cake against Bozo the Clown, and my hands themselves are history textbooks.
Oh, you are very close, and I am proud of you for getting that close, but none of those are correct. Mo.
I am playing patty cake. My hands are history textbook about the 1920s, and I'm playing with the Philadelphia friendly mascot dude.
Even if I gave you the Philadelphia friendly mascot dude, your hands are math textbooks from the 1920s. But per Nick's wishes, we will give you that one bonus point for getting the 1920s.
Oh, yes, which brings our score 15-6.
Yes, you were playing patty cake. Your hands were a math book from the 1920s for a bonus point. And you were versus the Philly Fanatic.
Fanatic.
It's our final thing.
They're very funny.
Red team, you can now win the game. If you get this, you will win the game by 1 point.
Still on the line the whole game, unlike the Bills game, because the Bills won.
That's great, Nick.
Thank you.
So, red team, 90 seconds for this final thing, and possibly the entire game starts now.
Shasiki asana sa ajama samana katak saka ku asapa saka
it's coming up. Okay, it's correct.
Shigaba fukaba flu ka flu shigaba ba 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 whoop 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 shagaba shigaba basa akashababa asabasa hisaba shigaba flu 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 shigaba flu 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 akachigaba flu flu shigaba shipapa shipapa akasababa abashikaba 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 akashukaba
Right, Mo. You have
11 seconds.
11 seconds left. What are you doing?
Oh, I am drawing pictures that I then hang on my wall. The sixth photo in my album is a sleepy little mouse, and the thing I'm painting with is a red scarlet letter.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out, and I'm gonna tell you to throw all of that in the trash. You have 11 seconds. Go.
Oh,
Sorry. Flu, 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 flu. Tika, tika. Oh, yeah. Woo!
One, and it all comes down to this. Who's gonna win? I got money on this game.
But for the game, what are you doing?
Oh, I am commenting on people's Facebook photos on the internet. The thing I'm using, my words are small mice that are hand mice, small hand mice, and the computer itself is the red badge of courage.
Oh, all of that is wrong.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry again.
Your team has already won, but I'm going to give you a chance to get some extra bragging rights and see if you can go ahead and get this.
I am making a personalized calendar. The calendar itself is a sad mouse, and my computer is the red lantern.
Incorrect as well. Okay. You were being employee of the month, like you do. Your shirt as the employee was a lantern.
Okay.
And the month that you were employee of was the color cyan.
Who hates us this much?
Ant.
I'm the only job, so I'm always employee of the month. So
the bosses win the game.
Woo!
Well, hey, folks, we had a great time tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's give a big round of applause to our unfortunate losing team. Those are Oak Park Counselors featuring Brian Houlihan, Mo Phillips Spots, and we're glad to have her back, Yvette Jaskowitz. And let's give a big 6s and 7s in the chat to our winning team, the Chicago Bosses, featuring Nicole Devon, Susan Harmon, and your captain, Jesse Gomez. And one last round of applause for our referee, Ashley Victoria. We are Comedy Sports. We're on Twitch every weekend, including Wednesdays for our minor league shows, which are a lot of fun too. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again real soon.
Checking my